episode 57. You know, it's been a week since our last show, and a lot of shit has happened. I know other podcasts talked about this shit, but now it's our turn. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But first, let me introduce this panel. The application error is... are we live, y'all? Do y'all know?
Let me see here. Let me check.
Because on my end, it's saying application
I didn't get
error.
notification.
Hold on.
Oh, see, if you go on YouTube, it say application error. Do you see it? The fuck?
I see it, application error. I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, yeah, we're live, but what the hell is that?
Yeah, we're live. I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, we're totally live.
Yeah, but
We're
what
live.
the fuck
It's
is
just
the
that-
application error? Why is this on the middle of the screen?
Can you close it out, or
Oh,
this is Heroku?
I see what you mean now.
Yeah, I tried to,
Can you click on it and like an outline goes around it or something? You know?
Make it smaller. I don't know what that shit is, bro.
I mean, if an outline goes around it, yeah.
Yeah, I minimized it. I don't know. I minimized it here. I don't know if it worked on the stream yet.
I mean, it's going to be like 30 seconds behind, probably. So
yeah,
we'll
that's
see
right.
what
That's
happens.
Right.
None of your business. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button.
Hit that like button. But anyway, MM2K. Hey, man, what's going on, brother? You all right, man?
Hey, look, we're going to get into it. I'm just having fun, man. I'm having fun on the online.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good thing. Really.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're going live, y'all, and we got Tsunami, my best friend Tsunami, in here. You know what I'm saying? So he could talk his shit. It's gonna be a great podcast, man. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
I can feel it. Oh yeah.
I thought that was just old author visiting you. Arthritis. That is.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh,
That motherfucker ain't never left. That motherfucker ain't never left.
Hell no.
I'm tweeting this out. I'm sending this out on Facebook. Why is that application error thing's biggest day as the thumbnail?
That's I don't know, man.
Thank you, podcast or us, y'all. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
it's the ponies.
It's crazy. But Nithos, what's going on with you, bro? Let me tweet this out, by the way.
Hey, bro, glad to be back here. What's this, my 5th week in a row? We're on a record right now.
Yeah, man, you're killing it, bro. You're killing it. Oh shit!
I even made some content too. That's a surprise.
I saw it. I saw both of them.
Goddamn time.
Good shit, man. You made some great points about Death Stranding. Actually, I didn't watch the Battlefield. I mean, like not the Battlefield, the Battlefront. Like Battlefront.
Oh, sorry, no one else watched it either. But hey, Adobe Premiere Pro. I mean, it's a learning process, but the videos are coming out a bit better.
Okay, that's good, man. It was good shit, but I did enjoy your Death Stranding video. I will watch the other one later. But anyway, Snow Bunny, what's going on with you, young lady? I'm waiting for you to do some content if you guys wasn't working 113 hours a week.
Who the hell are you telling? I'm tired of working.
I thought you were about to say, who the hell are you talking to?
No. I agree
That
with
was
you.
next.
No, I got my capture card. I got it all set up. I just got to get in and figure out Streamlabs and video and audio and all that stuff.
I'm sorry, buddy. You know,
Yeah, no problem. But I got my card. I'm ready to get started with streaming some gameplay of some of my little cheesy ass games. And that's about it. I'm hoping. Well, no, I'm probably gonna be working a whole lot come the new year because we're gonna hit our busy season at that time.
Hold on, next year is gonna be our busy season. But what the hell is it now?
Tax season's our busy season.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's our busiest season. But we are like, we get slammed year round. We don't even understand it ourselves.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm hoping next year be a little calmer.
Well, I hope so too, because I would like to see some more content on your damn channel. Shit.
Yes.
Last but not least, my man, my homie, my fellow Xbox guy. I don't know, might be a PC guy soon though. So what's up? Tsunami, what's up, bro?
Nah, I'm just, expanding the Xbox Microsoft brand. Game Pass is on PC, so it's still Xbox for life. But
Xbox for life.
I'm over here building this PC and I never did in my fucking life, but I jumped in head first and picked the hardest thing to do. making the water cool, overclock, all this PC stuff. I'm doing okay, but this shit is expensive.
Oh, you're doing water cool?
Around, man.
Yeah,
People paced around, man.
yeah.
Hey man, that's the one fucking thing I'm scared about with water cooling is because my ass is so damn klutzy. That shit'll flood out and fry everything for me. Nah, I'm gonna skip water cooling.
You know what I'm saying? No, spread it around, man. Hit the cores, man.
You can tell me some nerds. You over here like that's not the proper technique to spread.
Exactly.
Thermal paste.
I thought you just squirted it.
Huffman.
Wait a minute, I thought you just squirted it on and slapped the thing down.
That's what Noah says.
That's what Noah said. That's the old technique.
Yeah, it spreads when you do it. It's not that.
Oh, he's back. Oh, here you go.
Oh shit, who's that? Noah?
It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. You know,
But
Noah was listening to the show.
Our homie want to be Doogie Howser with shit. He want to be
I was
playing organs and shit.
He was listening to the show. He had to hop in like D-Batch. Like, first of all, that's not what I said.
Nah, I've seen some cases where too much thermal paste hurt the thermals.
No, it wasn't about too much. It was about the application of it. So, yeah, we're boring people.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What's up with you, Noah? You all right?
Yeah, man. I just got the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G extra super duper.
God damn, the fuck?
Trash.
Long ass name.
Social you giving?
So
Overcompensating. That's what it is.
So Noah, what is that? Is that a new phone or something?
Yeah, it's the new Samsung phone. I got it with T-Mobile.
Yeah, I'm a Galaxy guy myself. I'll probably get that 11 when it come out next year.
Love it. Yeah, Pixel. They gave me a deal I couldn't resist, man. So I had to take advantage.
Don't forget about Devin. You know, Devin's
Did he pop in here? Did he pop in here?
Yeah,
Dad, what's up, bro?
Hey, Devin,
Oh, no,
Devin,
You
real quick before you do your intro,
Are you sober?
Yeah, he was feeling good on his birthday. That was a good birthday podcast. Hey, Devin, don't forget to remind me to send that to you, bro.
They was on that moonshine.
For sure, man.
Devin was buzzed up.
That Whisk Husky, yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, Dev? You all right, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. And I'm playing some Battlefront 2, actually.
Okay. Sound good, brother. Well, listen, we have 16 people in here this fast. That's pretty good for us, you know, for our podcast. You know, we're growing slowly, but we will grow. Well, anyway, let's just stop all the bullshit and just start talking about this real shit. Like I said, we was gone for a week. A lot of things happened. The awards, the Game Awards show was last Thursday. I know a lot of people talked about it, but you just want to hear our point of view about this shit. Now, y'all, let's talk about the surprise of the night. I listened to you guys live stream, right? Entertaining shit, right? Neither's couple saying, it's a PC. It's a PC. It's a PC.
Out of complete disbelief.
Right. But I mean, that was the biggest surprise, bro. I was just sitting there watching it like, what the fuck is this? Then when you saw Master Chief, I said, what the hell is this? So, man, it blew me away. The Hellblade thing looked great. What are you guys' thoughts about this? I mean, of course, I heard your thoughts, Nithus, but what do you really feel about me when you saw that shit and you saw what it was? Besides it looking like a PC, what was your immediate thought besides that?
For me, I guess my immediate thought, I was confused, right? Like, I genuinely thought that was a PC. I really hated the design. I really did. Because it makes the design look much bigger than it really is. It doesn't look that big. It just makes it look a lot bigger in the commercial. And I came up with the, tinfoil hat theory that, that's a case and they're showing the real thing at E3 or something. I will say this, and I'll give Microsoft credit. What they did there was bold. Yeah. Just to come out of nowhere, show your new console. Nobody was expecting that. I think Cory Barlog even he hinted that it was going to happen, but we didn't even think about it. And they showed a graphically impressive game, which is Hellblade.
Right.
They showed that right off, and that was a perfect reveal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what everybody was waiting. And to do this shit at the awards show, they didn't do it at EXO, obviously. At the awards show, But after you saw the metrics of the award show, it seemed like it was a good call to do it at the award show.
Buddy.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it was like 45 million streams of views or something. I think that was a good call to wait for the award show to announce.
It's a talking point, man.
Absolutely.
YouTube is all over it with the new Xbox.
Yeah, and even Xbox metrics are great. Looking like the video got viewed a lot, Hellblade 2 got viewed a lot, so that's some good shit. You know, like what else you guys think about it, Moss?
Go ahead, Moss.
Oh shit! No.
Listen. Anyways, so yeah, I think
go ahead, Tsunami. Go ahead, bro.
Because he's gonna talk shit. Because probably
no,
Xbox.
It's
Anyways.
twofold. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna be a little bit of both.
All right. So the main thing for me is, when was the last time you were surprised in the video game industry with any announcement? This is the first time I've literally been surprised, especially with Microsoft, in years.
No leaks or nothing, bro.
No leaks, no nothing, no. Oh, Phil's working on this. Not even a hint. To be honest. And everybody said, "Oh, they didn't show nothing at Expo, so they probably not going to show that, Game Awards." Mm-hmm. But like, I even heard that when Phil was doing like his rehearsal, he was doing a Game Pass ad.
Oh yeah, I heard that today. Yeah.
Like so even like the people that was like working on the show didn't even know, from what I hear. So
that's how leaks get out. That's how leaks get out. Shit.
Yeah, play a little hating pony. It was like, yeah, Xbox got a new system out,
and it looked like a PC.
Yeah. And contrary to Neethu, I actually like the design because that's a talking point.
It's growing on me. It's growing.
Yeah, it's a talking point, and actually, people don't realize it's actually more functional of a design than people give it credit for. Mm-hmm. All those vents that's on the PS5 dev kit, they had to do that because they made it flat. By making the tower, they can have one giant vent on top with one fan and be super quiet, and it was functional. And you can still turn on the side too. But like, people thought it was huge. Actually, it's shorter than the fucking the X and the Pro. It's just a little wider.
It's just wider.
So, yeah. So I actually liked it.
Well, I know you guys heard that, like, Phil said, yo, this is what we want this console to be. We don't give a fuck how the console looks, but this is what we want in it. And that's what they came up with. So, hey, it's cool with me.
And it's kind of a Nintendo thing where they come out with a unique looking, device every iteration. It's actually a box now.
Yeah. But the shit. I'm sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly add this. Also, something we have to really look at and give Microsoft credit for is they showed a Hellblade 2 off with this reveal, showing that they're greenlighted Hellblade 2. So I just want to ask the audience and the panel, do you really think the Outer Worlds 2 isn't happening now? Have they greenlighted Hellblade 2?
Of course, Outer Worlds 2
the Outer Worlds, they already have a expansion that they're working on, so they definitely.
Yeah,
I was told that they're probably not doing it. Microsoft would never greenlight an Outer Worlds type.
Right.
Of thing.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's the most extreme of the rhetoric.
I saw that, and also heard today that Aaron Greenberg said, well, somebody asked him on Twitter, will Hellblade be exclusive? And he said exclusive, absolutely, to Xbox and PC, of course. So all the other shit, I've been hearing some guys saying Hellblade, maybe come to the PS5 because Xbox is supposedly putting their games on PlayStation consoles and everything.
Oh, even with that tweet, think about it. He said Xbox. Remember, the new Xbox isn't called Series X. It's just called Xbox now.
Xbox, yeah.
Xbox.
And they're add
Xbox.
Series and stuff to the after it. Yeah. Like Xbox is kind of like iPhone, right? You know how the iPhone, they just add shit.
No. iPad. iPhone still got numbers. iPads don't.
Their app.
Yeah, I guess,
Let's see. There was Air 2.
No, they stopped doing that. They just call it
Yeah.
iPad.
Yeah.
iPad
I mean, they do say like, nice.
Yeah, or maybe even iWatch, because like iPhone iWatches are the same thing. They just say Series and 4 and shit like that.
Series 1, 2, 3. Like as far as not having a name, like the Apple TVs don't have names. iPads don't have names. MacBooks don't have names.
Yeah, just an Xbox.
Or thinking about like DS, because I saw somebody put something about DS and Nintendo DS. They got like 100 of them motherfuckers.
And Nintendo always had those confusing names. Their DSs.
Hey, let me go to the chat for a
3DS.
second. Let me go to the chat for a second. The Almighty Spotting God said, nigga, it was common sense Hellblade 2 was being made. How does Outer Worlds 2 fit into that? And when there's they said they're exploring the world of Outer Worlds. I think Nikito is referring to people saying that they're not going to do Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, I was in a Twitter bout about like, can you guarantee they're making it Outer Worlds 2? Xbox will never greenlight that type.
Yeah.
That shit.
Oh, it's a single player game. There's no multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, they greenlighted Hellblade, and Hellblade sold like dog shit.
But wait, Neff, question. How did they make how are they making Hellblade 2 when I thought there was only one team working on Bleeding Edge?
Bro, he flipped that script on me too, bro.
Look. I had the video of Z. I forget, it was like last week. I was on the podcast with Z, and Z said, like you did a whole spiel, like you're being recorded, or like whatever you say. You know why he said, what you have to write to whatever you say. So I said, Z, they have another team. I said they have an A team. Ninja Theory has an A team. He said, I don't want to hear that shit. I was like, Z, they have an A team. And like Nithos, how did he spend that shit?
This game's in pre-production, so they just now moved on from Bleeding Edge to this. Because Bleeding Edge is done.
But the thing is, I don't think the game.
I don't even bother with Z, bro. He can flip the script on anything.
Explain Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds, they're making content in Outer Worlds 2.
No,
but they're coming out ground. No, that's the second team.
I saw that Twitter battle Nithos was having, and somebody was straight up saying, "How do you know they're doing Outer Worlds?" And he was like, "Shit, they're going to do Outer Worlds 2." And then that's when I posted that video.
Behind Call of Duty. It's sold right behind Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Goddamn, that's a new IP.
It was nominated for Game of the Year.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
And that's with a low budget. Like, imagine if they can blow that out.
Yes, we know it's sold best on PS4, the Almighty Spot.
We complain so much that Microsoft doesn't. We complain that Microsoft don't do projects unless it makes money. Into what was just being said by the panel, Outer Worlds 2 tracked well behind fucking Call of Duty. So there goes.
That's fucking amazing for a brand new IP.
It's gonna be
brand new IP.
And it came out with Death Stranding out. Death Stranding was right.
Yeah, well, hold on. Outer Worlds is outdoing Death Stranding probably.
Yeah.
And Pokemon. Pokemon. If you
granted, one's an exclusive. To be fair.
Hey, but I saw something the other day on Twitter. I think it was today or yesterday. Somebody said that Hellblade 2 will probably be multiplayer co-op game. Did you guys see that?
I had heard a rumor that it was going to be multiplayer.
Some pony probably told you that shit. Ninja Theory does single player games with the exception of Bleeding Edge, of course, because that was that one chick. But the guy, to me, I can't think his last name. He does single player story games. Mm-hmm. And they signed with Microsoft because Microsoft is giving them carte blanche to do what they want to do. So I don't know if they're going. I can't see, but people say, if you look at the trailer, it seems like it's multiplayer. Look, I could be wrong. Like you must say that. I could have
swore the game was named Senua.
Yeah,
it's not Senua. Not Senua's Pack or the.
And them, come on. See, listen,
Senua and Friends.
But you must say this in this community. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a multiplayer game. You have to say that in this community, or you will be catching L's if you predict something wrong. So. Right. I could be wrong.
I guess.
Devin, when you saw that shit,
99.9.
how were you? How were you feeling when you saw that shit, bro? Noah's still in here, by the way.
Shit. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
You mean you talking about the multiplayer from when he said it'd be multiplayer?
No. With the
the series?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about.
Bro, my mind is blown, bro.
Like, you're talking about the reveal, yeah.
The fact that this thing is a tower, like. It's so big lets me know that they're not holding any punches. Like, you know what I'm saying? They went all out as
it looks like a beast. You don't even know what's in it yet.
It's going to generate some heat. If they have to have that much space,
in
that case, it's going to generate some heat. Heat normally equals power. So I can't wait.
What were your thoughts, bro?
Cool as hell. Bro, I was happy as hell when I seen that trailer. Like, I was surprised from the reveal itself, and then they showed a game. Like I was shocked.
Yeah,
you just hear what he just said? They showed a game.
I was shocked.
Not only did they reveal it, but they revealed the game for the new system. Like that was awesome.
Yeah. You grabbed the moonshine right out for that, didn't you?
Yeah. So as soon as I saw
I wasn't expecting Hellblade.
I was like, yo, that's a system. Then here come that. It's a PC. I'm like, no,
bro. I thought it was a PC themed Xbox. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, was it Moss Like, I know Post said it, but was it Moss like, I told you I stopped playing with Xbox? Was that Post or Moss that said that shit?
The hell no.
That was Post, I think.
Post. I told you I stopped playing with I was like, hell no, man. Then I joined in just to say some shit, and I like, man.
They put your video back up, Moss?
Yeah, they finally put it back up.
Yeah.
But you know that I ain't gonna say it on.
Hey, but did you hear all day on there like that's a rush job. It's a rush job. I was like, come on, man. Come on, Dave.
They was trying to hold the line, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Did you hear Big Money? Big Money was talking about Godfall for like 15 minutes. Yeah, this on the PS5 game. Oh man, my mind is blown. I said Xbox can show the next gen console and the game, but you blown by a multiplayer? Come on now.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I think like all day was. Do you remember that rumor? We didn't talk about it on the show, but we could talk about it later if you really wanted to. But remember how there was a big Game Pass rumor and Cyberpunk was going to come to Game Pass and shit like that? Yeah, he was telling me like the idea of Cyberpunk hitting Game Pass day and date makes me less hyped for Cyberpunk, and I'm like. We need to stop. We need to stop this.
This is some bad.
Having a game subscription service does not mean the quality goes down. We need to stop this.
Like, okay, if that ever happened, that would be the equivalent of buying an exclusive. That's all it is to me. It might cost a little less.
That's what I
It might cost a little less.
I'd rather them do it this way, anyways.
I said that in my video. I said that it's far fetched to believe that'll happen, but anything's possible. And if it does happen, it will be a great strategy for Microsoft. And instead of wasting a lot more money on developing second party games, why not exclusively get them in the Game Pass day and date? I would prefer that option. Then that would make Game Pass the business model, or the product that I think would have the long reaching ramifications that I feel that it needs. You know what I'm saying?
Because guess what? If you have an Xbox and a PlayStation, right, and you still a PlayStation guy, but your favorite game is coming to Game Pass, if then your next favorite game is coming to Game Pass, if then the next Xbox, you might say, you know what? I'm gonna just get stuff on Game Pass because they keep coming out with the shit I want rather than buy it on PlayStation for $60 a pop. So I mean, you got the zealots out there saying they want to make sure Sony get their money, but as a smart consumer, get it where it's cheaper.
That would make Game Pass the undeniable need for a lot of gamers if their favorite games are coming there day and day.
Yeah.
And we ain't got to worry about nobody getting paid because Microsoft is still writing the check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's basically the check they were giving for an exclusive, but
exactly.
A little less.
And if you're gonna hate at that, Tsunami, then y'all gotta hate Godfall for it being second party because that's the same theory. Sony cuts a check for you to develop a game and put it exclusively on their platform. You know what I'm saying? So we got to sometimes. I mean, I get it. I get the console war thing. I get it. But sometimes we can't go too far in the weeds.
You just acting like that because you ain't got a console, fuck me.
Snow Bunny. Hey, before we go to Snow Bunny, hey man, the chat is on fire. We got Mr. Righteous Fish, No Russian, Emmanuel, the Geeky Nerd. Buck that. What are you the hell Buck that doing here?
The chaos bringer.
I can't ever say my man Hansel. What the fuck is his name?
I know he's a supporter too, man. Don't do that to him.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, he is, man. Hey, you know my man. more Cloud Tech USA. It's some crazy chat. Here's some crazy comments in this chat, man. My man Emmanuel said Grounder looks better than Godfall. Oh shit. I said, oh shit.
I said, oh shit.
I said that. Where's that new damn Batman game? I feel you, bro. We've been hearing about that in Splinter Cell forever.
They had everybody shook. They was like, oh, it's definitely coming. That shit did not pop up.
No Russian said the one that played Senua on Twitter said that she cut a cinematic promo of sorts. Yeah, I mean, that's what it was, but it was dope, man. But Snow Money, did you see it, and what do you think?
Oh, yeah, I was awake for that part of it. I was looking at it like, oh, my God, that's the coolest fucking design ever. Because my thing, I mean, here's how I was looking at it. Okay, as it being tall the way it is, I'm guessing they have fans going at different levels to push the heat up and out.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the one thing I liked about it. The second thing I liked about it was the way it's designed. You can easily like slide that behind your TV to play. Mm-hmm. Where if you want like nobody to see what you have or what you're playing. Yeah, you can easily, like with the way flat panel TVs are now, you can, like, especially if you have like little kids and stuff who love to reach up and grab stuff, you can slide that right behind your TV where nobody can
I
see
didn't
it.
think about sliding behind your TV. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that way you
it
can just
now.
slide
Never thought
it.
about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, with it being a column like that, and you don't have to lay it on its side, you can slide it right behind your TV, right behind your computer monitor. The heat's going up. I'm wondering if it has slits in the bottom of it so that the air can, yeah, so the air can go through it. Yeah, so that the air can go in, go up the column and shoot out the hot air out the top like your car is with your air conditioner.
With the green,
or with the
green
heat.
LED.
Right. Yeah. So I thought the design was awesome because I was looking at different ways I could place it where it could be like if I have friends over who got little kids who don't want to mind you, you can slide it behind the system.
And you can still do it sideways too. That was the other part. You can still have it sideways.
Exactly. I don't know if I would want to. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to do it sideways.
It looked like a big bloated.
Well, no, because
I can't fuck with that.
You know, people that have like home theater consoles that have like little slits. It might not fit, height wise, but it's definitely gonna fit sideways because you can fit a receiver.
Yeah, but I would be worried about if they have slits on the side covering that slit up for the heat generation.
Honestly, we only saw two sides of it. We didn't see the back or the left or the right side.
That's what I'm saying. So once we see the full design,
I'm pretty sure it have vents on the.
Oh yeah, I mean the engineers designed it. And trust me, yeah, if they're saying you can ladder, or vertical and horizontal, then they've accounted for the air and shit.
And then also you have to think about it this way. Also, with it being a column the way it is, if they put the antennas at the top, you will have a better reception with all of your devices. Do you understand what I mean? Like with the Switch, where they have the antenna at for the wireless, and the Switch sometimes sends mixed signals. Yeah. So if they have it focused like at the top, that means it'll automatically go right there.
Well, this is what I think with the design. See, I just got the Amazon TV Cube, a lot smaller than what this is going to be. But with the Cube, you can put it in they tell you put it in your drawer if you don't want animals and shit fucking it up, or put it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that could work either way. I imagine I see a lot of inspiration from that in this design. You know what I'm saying? With the light at the top and stuff like that. And then I'm pretty sure there's going to be voice recognition involved. So
I bet you Alexa's going to be built directly in there. I bet you.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of versatility as far as how this thing works. It's just, me personally, as far as it looks, I don't hate it. I mean, I don't think it's hideous or anything like that.
It looks better than the Stadia.
Oh shit! Hey man, damn, come on,
man. Look, we're not gonna talk to the ignorant. If I gave this mug a buddy pass, he'd be clapping like a baby seal and catching fish in his mouth if I offered him a buddy pass. But I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead. But my bad.
So when I saw the design, I saw a lot of versatility in the design.
What you thought about the controller?
Controllers are controllers.
I mean, at this point, yes. Because
Microsoft has so many controllers out.
No, I'm talking about design wise, like the colors and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're all basically the same.
They're the same.
I'm only hoping that it comes with the Elite. Is it the Elite one that don't have batteries?
No, it's not coming. No, hell
no. I mean, that's the one thing. Like, even Nintendo has moved away from batteries in their controllers.
Okay, so hear me out, right? I hate battery packs. I mean, built-in batteries, because if it dies, you have to buy a whole controller.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a charge and play kit.
I never understood why people prefer those.
Yeah,
I don't know why people prefer those.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
It's options.
Here's the thing. You can have a plug and play kit where they give you like rechargeable batteries and things like that. But when I had my Xbox, I had to buy that separately because it was using regular batteries. They should at least offer it with the system.
I think they should do that, though. I think they should do that.
You know what I like about charge and play packs? I like, yeah. You know what, Tsunami? Maybe they can add it in. But here's what I like about charge and play packs. I like playing wirelessly. I don't like playing with a wired controller, right?
Facts.
So if my shit dies, I can take my charge and play, plug that motherfucker up separately, and just put a couple. I got a couple of AA batteries sitting around.
But this is you know what I did? I went to Amazon and bought like a 20 pack of AA rechargeable batteries for like $20.
Right.
I am never in a need for a battery. If my batteries die, I put new ones in instantly, and then like I have another 4 set ready to go, and I charge the other dead ones. Like it's not even that. Like I've never plugged my Xbox controller.
And man, stop this. Stop this. They should give you rechargeable batteries in the goddamn controller.
I said they should, but I don't.
Nah, man, that should be built-in batteries like the Elite controller.
No.
The new Elite controller has built-in batteries and it works flawlessly.
No.
At least
I never want to plug my controller.
But or at least give you a battery like in like the controller for the Switch.
Cell phones have built-in batteries. How long do those last? I mean,
Guess
shit.
what? People were mad about that too.
No, but my point is,
That's weird.
like,
Who the fuck wants to put a battery in their cell phone?
No, but my point is,
people used to buy multiple batteries and rock.
Oh yeah, back in the day,
Man, that's where they bought burner phones and shit too.
yeah, but the thing is, like,
that was flip phones.
if they can do
it was
a
Galaxy
40,
3, I think it was the
3,
last.
yeah, Galaxy
4.
Someone when it had a battery built in.
Yeah.
if they can give you, if Nintendo can give you a Pro controller and you get a 40-hour charge on it from one charge, they can do better.
Controller.
You plug it in and charge it.
Never plug my controller.
No, my point is it takes about 2 to 3 hours to completely charge after you lose power to it. But I can go for 40 hours on it.
Yes, same with the new Elite controllers. Same with the new Elite controllers.
But everybody forgets what hour they're on. It just says, "Oh, my shit dead." Now what? Now I gotta plug the bitch in. Nah.
Okay.
And plug it when you're done, like at night.
Nah,
that's what I do.
My controller is in the chair next to me, and then when I'm ready to go, if it dies, I got a battery pack right next to me on the table. I'll never plug my shit in.
Okay.
But besides that, they have the D-pad from the Elite though. They have the circular one with the directional pads like etched in, and then they have a share button also. And also they mentioned it's a little bit smaller. I think they're targeting Asia because they say they hate big controllers. But it's like they say it's like 93 to 98% like jump to people's hand sizes or something like that.
Tsunami Moss, how many stocks do you have in Duracell? You got to sound like Microsoft right now.
Nah.
I don't buy Duracell. I just told you.
I don't like. Yeah, I mean, I'm with Tsunami.
Like
I know it's rare. I know it's very rare, but I agree with Tsunami. I like the option of being able to take my battery out and not having to buy a whole new freaking phone.
Yeah,
I
don't like these built-in batteries.
And then I can just pop it on the dock if I want to. But if not, I just rock it.
You're right.
But I agree. But see, it's a hybrid. I'm in the middle. I agree with Bunny too. They should give you those rechargeable batteries, and they should be included.
Because guess what? When the PS4 controller dies, you have to throw it away. You're talking about spending money on batteries. You have to buy
and these controllers. And look, these controllers is going to be $70 next year. Period.
So Bunny, when
the thing is,
Bunny, when your Pro controller dies, you'll be like, God damn, I wish I could replace these batteries.
No, when my Pro controller dies, because I have a first gen Pro controller, I'm already knowing I'm getting another one, and y'all are complaining about paying $70 next gen. I'm already paying $70 to $80 for Pro controllers. So that's nothing new for me.
My point is you have to buy another one. Whereas in my controller, I can just pop in new batteries forever.
That said, can I give my hyperbolic thoughts about the show? Because I'm about to make this shit go left. I'm about to make this shit.
You always make the shit go left.
Pause. Hit that like button. Bob's been drinking.
Hit that like button.
Wait. So are you talking about this show?
Hey, I hear echo. Everything. Hey, somebody showing the
That's goddamn Noah. That's Noah trying to play the video game.
That ain't me.
He's listening to the podcast on 8 different streams.
Oh shit!
Noah got the ADD, man.
It's not just me. So is it about the show or about Xbox?
Look, Moss been drinking. I've been hitting that Metamucil too hard. All right, so I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to get left. Hit that like button. Look.
Hit that like
button. All right, so here's what I think about the announcement. I said this in my video earlier today. Shameless plug. Check out my video, please. Please listen to my demo. All right, so I think that the show. I think what Phil did was ingenious.
I'm bad about that, fellas.
At the show. Jeff Keighley, and I know I'm saying his name wrong. I don't like the mother, but Jeff Keighley pretended on Twitter that he knew about it. I think Phil kept it away from him. I think he did. That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because Jeff has some serious deep biases. So, but with that being said, stay on point. I think that the announcement was ingenious to do it that way. It caused a lot of mind share. And it gave Xbox the coverage that they needed winding out the year.
Yeah.
With that being said, me personally, this is where shit gonna go left. I don't see much difference from the Xbox One X. Like, it's good. They checked off a box where they said we got the power, and we likely got the power crown. But until they show these games, what is that in April or whatever? They showed Shanu. Look, they checked off a box. They showed a game early, but let's be honest, Hellblade 2 is not going to pull people to the system. When they got a God of War thing type
that's
thing,
not even out yet. Nobody knows when that's
when they show the game. That's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be happy about the presentation. I see some of my Xbox brethren doing the Thelma and Louise and jumping off the cliff for the shit. Don't celebrate. Y'all at the 15-yard line. You're not in the end zone yet.
Moss,
give Microsoft.
Wait a minute,
give Microsoft kudos. Give them kudos. Tell them to stay on the right track.
Moss,
you say, it's over.
Moss, how would you do it different then?
Wait a minute, Moss, you're turning it to me. Don't hype shit up until you see the games coming with it.
Don't celebrate at the 5-yard line.
Listen,
I'm not saying do anything different, Tsunami. I think what they did. Me saying this isn't towards Microsoft. Me saying this is towards the community. Look at Phil's face. Phil with consternation. He doesn't like doing this. He wants to do the feed the unicorns, the daisies, and y'all all sit and play Sea of Thieves type shit. That's what he likes. Showing the hardcore shit is not in his DNA. Look at his face when he has to do this. He don't like it. So don't celebrate too early. Keep the foot on his neck. This is what we want. Great job, Phil, but keep it going. Don't go out into the weeds and say, "Oh yeah, great job. Microsoft done killed it. It's over now." Don't do that. Don't
I think what the excitement is about, well, from my point of view, I can't speak for everybody else, that they were aggressive. That, you know what I'm saying? They were aggressive. We've been waiting for them to be aggressive to show like, look,
and that should be celebrated.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm celebrating.
I'm gonna make the comparison to you and maybe everybody on the panel opposed to a lot of the shit I see in social media. Y'all are excited because they're aggressive. Even Z said they're showing shit well before it's ready to be developed, and that's what they need to do. Here's what I'm seeing on social media. Microsoft killed it. It's over. PlayStation's dead. Sell lampshades again. Sell the sushi out there. I'm seeing a lot of that. And again, Mike, like we just said, we said in the pre-show, we were talking about something else. Microsoft is watching us all the time. They're even watching this podcast. They're watching y'all in the chat. Phil is waiting for the feeling, the inkling that y'all are like, okay, we've done enough. So he can go back to his regular shit. So he can do another Fortune magazine for Bopple. Keep the foot on their neck. Give them a kudos. Great job, but keep heading towards the goal line. That needs to be the message.
I'm going to tell you this. What's going to happen? I'm about to predict something. What's going to happen when PlayStation show their shit? When they reveal the PS5, they might show Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Because that's a game I think is going to be in a launch window. You know what I'm saying? Within the first 6 months of launch, because it came out in 2017. They're going to show that game off, right? And it's going to look amazing. And people are going to find they're going to start bashing Xbox again until Xbox shows some more shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's going to go.
It's cyclical. Yeah,
that's just how it's going to go. So don't be surprised. Mark my words. In February, PlayStation show their shit.
Celebrate on something too.
Yeah. Even if the PlayStation 5 isn't as powerful as the Xbox, people still going, so just watch.
I know PlayStation, they show shit out way early anyway.
I know. I'm not.
God of War 3 remake and God of War 2 remake ain't come out yet.
I got people telling me PlayStation back button panels is better than the Xbox Series announcement. I know. Trust me. I feel y'all.
Fanboy,
There's people hitting the bottle. There's people hitting the bottle harder than me tonight. I get it. But here's the problem.
Hey, man, the China's on fire, by the way, bro. The China.
They are. Big ups to the chat. Here's what I'm saying, though. Again, believe me or not, I know y'all want to believe. Again, and I'm not trying to be mean towards Phil. Ain't going nowhere. Y'all know Phil ain't my favorite person, but Phil ain't going nowhere. I'm resigned to that fact. But I'm telling y'all, it's doing this hardcore shit is not in his DNA. In order to keep him doing it, y'all got to keep the pressure on. Don't be mean, don't be disrespectful, but don't be too overzealous in the excitement. Don't say Microsoft killed it, it's over, because then he's gonna go back to the dumb shit.
I don't think nobody on this panel. Well, maybe Tsunami. Hey, but let me say something about the chat. This guy, Miko Dawes said, said it's over for Sony. I ain't saying that shit. Miko Dawes said, what was aggressive about showing Hellblade 2? Because it was a surprise, sir.
The way they did it.
The way they did it, it was a surprise, and the game is still early in development.
Microsoft would wait till E3.
There was nothing cartoony about
that. And they did it at the
Game
Awards, bro.
It did not have that exo stench. It didn't have that exo stench. It was a surprise. They came out a lot earlier.
It's a photorealistic game.
So Phil wasn't lying. So Phil wasn't lying when he said, "I'm more excited about the stuff I didn't show."
I think they got some more shit too, bro. Listen.
We'll see. Again, don't get see that we're going into the weeds.
This is us being excited, Moss.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. Only thing we've seen is Hellblade 2. Okay.
I don't really care. I don't really care about the game.
No. My point is
that was my thing.
My point is they showed Halo, and Halo has gone radio silent.
Well, they showed it at E3
because they said it's coming out.
Yeah. And at E3, that was what 6 months ago or something. It's gone radio silent.
When the last time PlayStation be showing their games?
So has Metro.
But
so has Metro. Metro the radio silent.
But the point is right now Sony goes radio silent, but people know they're going to deliver shit.
No, they hope.
Right now, Microsoft doesn't show anything and doesn't deliver anything so far. Okay, right now we're heading into the next gen.
But okay,
he's getting rough fucking raw. It ain't subjective. Don't get dragged on your back again.
No, but my point is,
they're about to get dragged again.
Okay. Wait a minute, Tsunami. I mean,
hit the like button.
But like, look at Crackdown. They dragged Crackdown out for all these years, and then look at how it turned out.
So what people not understanding is they can only show what they have in the pipeline. For a while, they didn't even have anything in the pipeline, so that's why Crackdown got as much viewership as it did.
And that's my point. You just made my point right there. They had
but guess
nothing
what's
in the
different
pipeline.
now?
They had nothing in the pipeline. But what's different? They have all these
with 2 teams apiece to each studio.
Okay. But Tsunami, you just dug yourself in a hole. If they got 15 studios, and if each studio has 2 teams, how is it that they've only shown 2 games?
Because they want to wait till next gen. Obviously, they want to shoot their load too early.
They don't have to shoot their load. If they got 2 teams working with 15 studios, that's 30 games.
They showed you Grounded and
That's 30 games. That's 30 games. They can't show. They can only show one.
Well, first of all, they showed you more, but y'all trashed them like Bleeding Edge and Grounded. So they said, you know what? We ain't show you no more until next gen.
Bleeding Edge. Okay, so Bleeding Edge came from Ninja Theory, correct?
Yep.
Okay, Hellblade 2 came from Ninja Theory, so that's their 2 teams right there from Ninja Theory. Where's the other 14 studios?
Okay, you got Outer Worlds 2.
I don't even recognize this podcast.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Fucking.
Hey, somebody get
they're talking about Outer Worlds 2, but they haven't shown you anything from Outer Worlds 2.
Because they're still working on Outer Worlds 1. They're literally still working on Outer Worlds 1. They have DLC coming out next summer.
So you're laying your hopes and dreams on a prayer that we already know 2 is coming out, but you're laying your hopes and prayers on 2 coming out when we canceling shit.
Oh shit! Hey, look!
Deal, buddy.
Tsunami!
Stop!
Why you gotta do Tsunami like that?
Tsunami ain't even finished this piece again. Let the man finish this piece.
It was the same studio that made Asshole Chain. The Asshole Chain studio was Scalebound, not Microsoft Studio. That's your people.
He said it's your people.
It's the like button.
Trash platinum game. I can't say that. I love Bayonetta. I love Bayonetta.
Don't sit here be a hypocrite. Don't sit here be a hypocrite saying you love Bayonetta, but Platinum Studios is a trash studio.
Because they started Nintendo. Because they started Nintendo on that dog
Bunny's
shit
like, don't play with me now. Don't play with me.
dog shit platform. I'm mad at Nintendo for stealing Bayonetta 2 and 3. That's why I'm mad.
God.
It's supposed to be on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. I stole it, so I'm mad at.
This be the best part of the
wait a
podcast,
minute. So you're saying that you're blaming Platinum for Bayonetta going to Nintendo when Platinum or whoever owned Bayonetta went to the other studios for Bayonetta 2 and nobody picked up but Nintendo and helped funded it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll just leave that right there.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh man. Man, y'all crazy. Hey, y'all crazy, man. Oh my god. Y'all
I love
crazy,
it.
man.
These two going at it is the best part. Everywhere.
Hey, the chat. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Heath Stevens, No Russian, Mr. Righteous Fist, Beezy McNasty, Dirt. We need you to go represent. We gonna need you to represent. I'm trying to, but I'm letting my boy Tsunami, take care of it right now.
Do us a favor, tweet this out, y'all. It's a hell of a show.
Yeah, y'all tweet it out. Y'all share it. Hit the like button, yo. This is a good show. You got some more shit to talk about. I want to say, the chat is on fire, y'all. We over 30. It's the second time we ever been over 30, y'all.
This is a sidebar. We can talk about D's fraud and then DM again, bro. I had to bust him again, man.
Is he?
On the DM?
Shit.
Yeah, the DM he fraud again, bro.
Yo, Hansel, yo, man, you right. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Compulsion Games is supposedly doing a new IP. They're not gonna mess with that We Happy Few shit again, because that was a Kickstarter game. But they're behind Microsoft, man. I think you will see.
Did y'all see what Buck Dot said in the chat?
We're restraining order, buddy. Yeah, man.
He said, I thought Tsunami had a restraining order on Snow Bunny.
Snow Bunny, man. Ooh. It's a good shit. But anyway, listen, y'all. So
The chaos bringer.
Listen, let's go to.
I always play chaotic neutral in role-playing games.
No,
I mean,
I'm talking about Buck that. Buck
I
don't
was
care
going to
about.
say, come on
He just
now.
wants to see anything. He said it in his own words. He just wants to see everything burn. So I don't listen to that man. I don't listen to that man.
Oh my God.
He just want to see chaos. He's a chaos bringer.
All right, y'all. So what we talking? We was talking about the Xbox One that's being revealed. Everybody gave their opinions about that. Devin had to bounce. He had a family emergency. Noah's still here, I guess. Because I'm not in the Discord, I'm on Streamlabs.
Who's playing the game, bro?
Yeah.
Noah been running through them halos.
Rulio said Devin is clearly not drinking tonight. No, he was kind of quiet, wasn't he? Mr. Righteous Fish said Dirt is hiding behind a dumpster while Tsunami get his ass beat. Yeah, I was hiding.
Hey, listen. Nothing I said was wrong. Fuck y'all.
All right, y'all. Let's go to the next topic.
What about the actual show? What did y'all think? Just real quick. How'd y'all like the show this year compared to other years?
I thought the first half was fire. The second half was. I thought it drug on a little bit too long. I don't think that show needs to be 3 hours.
It's 30 minutes to an hour too long.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the numbers is crazy on it.
It is. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. One more thing about Xbox. My coworker, who is a PlayStation guy, and his son is a PlayStation guy, said, "Hey man, what's up, Dirk? What's up with this new Xbox?" I said, "Whoa, you heard about that?" He said, "Yeah, my son told me about it." So there was a buzz about the new Xbox, man. It was a lot of buzz about that shit.
My homegirl, she pregnant. She in labor right now. I asked me 2 days ago. So what's good with that new Xbox? I said, man, why you worry about Xbox? You gotta have no
45 million, bro. That's what I said. It was ingenious. And we need that throughout. Whether Phil works for us. We feed Phil. Pretty much. We put food on his table. He works for us. So whether he likes it or not, keep him at doing shit like this. If he keeps doing shit like this, the sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, man.
But overall, I think my personal opinion, I'm gonna shut up. I think the show was good. They just needed to cut back 30 minutes,
It's
maybe
about 30
an
minutes
hour
too good, yeah.
to an
Too
hour.
long.
But I'm going to say this. I don't think Jeff Keighley has talent outside of being able to get big names together. I think Jeff would be better served, instead of holding an award show, doing something like this for E3. He could make E3 super fire, I think.
He does this for E3. He has that red couch shit, whatever that couch everybody.
But no, he needs to.
goes
No,
and
fuck.
talks.
Look. I love Stadia, but look, fuck with Google. He needs to work with the ESRA, whoever does the ESA that E3, work with them and help coordinate and make E3 grand, like how these award shows are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did like that they added that players voting like 3 days before for players to vote what they thought their game of the year was.
It's probably because of
Speaking of
controversy.
that, hey,
It was of a controversy, but what I'm saying is that's something I personally feel should have been in every
Always,
game
years
awards,
ago.
always.
Yeah.
Because that gives, like, even though we're playing the games, we're buying the games, that gives us some, like, feeling like, hey, people are listening to the types of games we like. And I hope more comes out like that. Do you understand what I mean?
Because here's the thing, it's a double-edged sword. Because when IGN's poll, Death Stranding won. So, people
yeah,
like
but
IGN.
But wait a minute. Let's talk about IGN here for a moment. IGN is not the head of a gaming award ceremony.
No, but they just had a poll. They had
their own little personal poll, but you got to remember with IGN, the breeze flows with the players. Okay, I mean, now you see what I'm saying.
Yeah,
whoever supports them the most always goes there and votes.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of like game of the year and all that stuff, Nithus did a video. Y'all got to watch this video. Yeah. He did a video about he was so excited about. So why were you excited about the game of the year? What happened with the game of the year, I should say.
Look here. Mods can contest to this too, right? I feel like ever since the late generation of the PS3, when The Last of Us released, and going further into maybe with games like Hellblade or whatever, because I'm playing through that now, we're in a state of taking story over gameplay. I feel this is a very dangerous precedent because it tells the single-player, story-driven developers that, hey, you don't necessarily have to focus on gameplay. Just make a bomb-ass story and just, make the gameplay honestly simple, walking, maybe a few puzzles, maybe a few things to make it longer, and their audience will be happy with that. I'm playing through Hellblade right now. The combat's terrible in that game. I don't like it. But it has a compelling story and this weird thing where people whisper in your ears and shit. Death Stranding is the epitome of you walking, and it's boring, but the story is dope. What's a Plague's Tale? I'll be honest, the game doesn't look that interesting, but apparently has a dope story. Yeah, so this precedent of story over gameplay needs to die. Even what was it? BioShock Infinite, Moss's least favorite one. I think in that game, I didn't play it, right? So I can't really judge, but is it fair to say Moss, they focus more on story than necessarily innovating the gameplay?
More on story, yeah. Then the gameplay is too easy, too convoluted in a lot of ways, and it's mainly a story.
Yeah, you see, I don't like that. I like what God of War did. God of War, if anything, improved the story. They made it more compelling while also having fantastic gameplay. You shouldn't have to choose between either. Gameplay will always be king, but if you have the combination of the three,
that's what makes
gameplay, music, graphics, or four, that is what makes a generational game.
Absolutely, man. That's a great point. Because, even though Sekiro, listen, I'm not a phenomenal gamer. I'm an average gamer, right? I didn't get past the guy on the damn horse. I couldn't beat his ass, so I said the hell with Sekiro, right? But the gameplay was phenomenal in that game, bro. It was a little difficult, but it was great gameplay. So, I mean, but then, like, the story wasn't really much there. But like you said, Nithus, gameplay conquers over story. I mean, of course, you do want some story in your games, but
absolutely, like I can see games getting downvoted because of a lack of story. But gameplay is what makes you want to play the game. You shouldn't be playing a game just for the story.
Right?
Why aren't you watching it on YouTube?
I'll give an example. Fucking Overwatch one that doesn't have a story. That was mainly just a multiplayer game.
Good gameplay. So you guys are right. But let's go ahead and move to the next topic, which is a similar topic. Now, Hellblade 2, right? We talked about that a little bit. But there was a little stuff on Twitter today MM2K made some comments. J Dub made some comments. Some other PlayStation guys made some comments. Apparently, Digital Foundry did a video. I did watch the video. They said that it's possible the game could be in-engine, like Ninja Theory said. It was in-engine. But I guess Phil Spencer did an interview where he said in-engine and like, what did he say? In-engine and
No, the website said live in-engine game.
Yeah, something like that. He said in-engine and something else. So Digital Foundry says it's possible the game is in-engine.
Real time.
Right, real time. I couldn't think of that shit for something. They said the game looks like it's possibly is in-engine, but it's definitely not real time. Now, of course, some PlayStation guys went with this. They ran with it.
And ambulance chasers.
Yes, absolutely. So I put out a tweet. I kind of threw my man Malta on the bus, but he knows it's all in fun. He knows it's all in fun. But what I said was this, right? I said people been begging for Microsoft to announce something early. And when they finally announced a game early, this is the shit that happens.
Yeah.
Right, so that's my point. They announced the game early. It's in-engine, but I think everybody knew it wasn't real time, though. I don't think that's a surprise. Just because some quote said that on the article, everybody knew the shit wasn't real time. They said in-engine.
I don't even think Phil said real time. The article said real time.
The article said when they quoted Phil, I think. But he said everybody knew that shit wasn't real time. But in-engine looks great. Now, is this a CGI trailer? Well, is this a trailer? In-engine trailer. We love trailers. I remember hearing people say
it's not CGI.
It's not CGI, right?
Different.
That's why I changed it.
CGI is Final Fantasy cutscenes.
In-engine trailer, right? That's why I changed it. So what I'm saying is that for years people say Xbox, just show something. Show a damn JPEG. Show a picture. Do what Metro did. Show a damn picture.
Screen.
And then when they show a trailer, this is the shit that happens. So that was my biggest beef.
Move the goalposts.
Yeah, that was my biggest beef. They showed a new game. It's not a new IP, but it's a new game, a sequel to a game. Xbox has no sequels besides Halo, Gears, and Forza. They're showing a damn sequel to a game that was critically acclaimed, a sequel out of nowhere that we was not expecting. And this is
next gen hardware.
And this on next gen hardware, and this is what happens, bro. So I was a little like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about that?
Well,
but people
being that I was the subject matter, let me clarify my tweet, and then pause it after that.
Okay, clarify your tweet, brother.
All right, so tell them what you said first, and then clarify, because I ain't
shut up. No.
Hey, you want me to read it verbatim?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me. Okay. So
I didn't see it yet.
My tweet basically, I said that.
Paraphrase now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna paraphrase it. Basically, I said Digital Foundry said that the game is not in. Hold on. Okay, I'll pull up the tweet. Hold on. Let's do that. That's a good point, Tsunami. I'm gonna listen. See, I'm gonna be pro Tsunami this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, where the fuck? Where is my tweet and shit?
I'm tired of you beating my leg. Maybe from next year.
Wait
a minute, Moss. Is this Tsunami's Christmas present?
That's his Christmas present. Okay, no. I said Digital Foundry said that Hellblade 2 trailer has a lot of elements in it that they believe are not in game or fake. In smiley face. Quote: "It looks nice, but says little." Unquote. So Xbox brethren, I didn't say Xbox, I said Xbox brethren. Is Digital Foundry still your de facto source for visual implementation grading? And I had a nice little GIF under that. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna say this to everybody. Before I hit send, I carefully place my words strategically. Nowhere in that tweet do I say Digital Foundry caught him or Digital Foundry is right, because in my previous material, I don't fucking care for Digital Foundry. I don't like them. What I'm asking y'all is that with all the stock that Xbox community has put on Digital Foundry said that the Pro was only doing 1080 upgrade, and the stock that Phil himself, by letting Digital Foundry come to their campus and show off the X instead of them doing it their goddamn selves, did this finally bite y'all in the fucking ass? That's what I was asking, because if you think about it, let me say, and I'm gonna shut up. If you think about it, as much as Digital Foundry been whacking off Sony, let's be honest, They've been whacking them off since Grassgate and all that shit. How many times has Sony called them to do their marketing? They fucking never called them. But Microsoft and their biggest reveal of their of this generation, the Xbox One X, the Digital Foundry, please, can y'all help us release this shit? No, that was a dumb thing. And then big up to the homie King Thrash, even though I don't agree with the methodology of what he was saying, but in so many ways, we may have been on different buses, but we came to the same location. In so many ways, he proved that Digital Foundry is a bunch of frauds. They're all about that super chat or that Patreon or whatever, and they're going to say whatever they need to say wherever the wind blows. So now because Xbox let somebody that isn't truly a vendor control their messaging, people are, it sends a signal to people, hey, these guys are upstanding. Let's listen to them. Now they're dogging them on just a pre-rendered game or video or whatever. Now that's come back to bite you on the butt. So I'm just simply saying, for future reference, Microsoft, community, stop relying on entities like Digital Foundry. They are not reliable. They are not stand-up entities in this community. I shut up.
I'm sorry for
To
throwing
be
you under the
honest
bus,
with
brother.
you,
I'm sorry for throwing you under the bus, brother.
Hey, listen. I'm mad that people ran with the fact he said, I think this is whatever. He didn't say this isn't. He said this is. He said, I don't know yet. It doesn't really mean much until we see more later. That's basically all he said was, I'm not sure.
Are you talking about Digital Foundry? Are you talking about Digital Foundry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they basically said we're not sure. It looks too good.
Yeah, they did
This
say.
technology does not exist as of now. I guess we have to wait and see. But as of right now, it looks pretty, but it doesn't really say much. That's basically saying I don't know. But y'all ran with it and made it seem like, they're lying. They
Tsunami.
Yeah.
It wasn't you,
I'm
Mars,
not
but you
saying
know
that I
another
agree
guy
with-
did do, but another guy did run with that shit.
I'm not saying that I agree with him, but to what Tsunami just said, though, in the context that he was saying it, he was making it seem like you guys are excited. There's nothing to be excited about. That was his context. And because Xbox themselves put so much weight behind Digital Foundry, their fraudulent comments now have weight. Xbox needs to think about this and do better at mindshare than relying on a bunch of dorks of like Digital Foundry.
They didn't rely
You're
on
the
them,
richest
Fizz.
fucking
They did
company
that.
in the world. Why
They
are you
did
relying
this.
on them?
They didn't rely on them. They do every video.
Bruh,
They was gonna do one regardless.
how many times if Microsoft would have never called Digital
was for
Foundry
X. That
into
was
their
2-3
studio,
years
it
ago.
doesn't matter.
Yes, it
Perception
does,
is
because
not
they
test
were
of the
still gonna make this
law.
video regardless. They're gonna
No, it don't.
make this
I'm
video
not, that's not what
regardless.
I'm saying. By me sitting here saying what I'm saying, people are gonna say, MM2K, you got less than 1,000 subs. Who the fuck hears what you say? But if Microsoft calls me in their office and has me do a video, just one video, that puts so much weight behind my words, true or not. And with all of the wood buffing that Digital Foundry has done for Sony has never called them in. Why? Because Sony knows that they're nothing but a
They're
bunch of
also in the UK.
Patreon
They're also
chasing
in the UK,
mofos.
and they're also ponies. So maybe he said,
Yeah,
you know
but-
what?
but-
They're getting a lot of views. Maybe let's reach out to these people and highlight our stuff. I don't think it was
But-
a bad thing.
It was a bad thing. It was a bad
How?
thing because look what it's doing now.
But then they would never fuck with Xbox.
That's not
Xbox
true.
would never be.
That is
It would
not
still
true.
be hate. It would still be
That's
hate
not
Xbox
true.
stuff. It would
If
still be,
Microsoft,
PlayStation's better.
Microsoft mastered their own marketing, the X by themselves. Look at this bug.
Who the hell is that?
to be honest with you, let's be honest here. Whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, they
Everybody hates
shouldn't.
Digital Foundry.
It's not only that; it's the fact of we all should be skeptical of everything
True.
Digital Foundry says, whether you're Xbox, your PlayStation, or if you're Nintendo, because they have done some things in the past and have said some things in the past that they have been challenged on in the past. That automatically makes me question anything that comes out from them. I mean, if they can make one video saying a lot of negative things about a game, and then when the game releases, and then they have nothing but glowing reviews about the game, something's wrong there.
Hold on. I gotta address the chat now. I got much respect.
To be fair, there's
I
more
love
than
y'all.
one person that does the videos, so it might be
But
different.
no, I'm just saying. No. Look, bro. I'm not saying that I agree with them, but I'm saying that Digital Foundry. Look, you can't have somebody that did something like Grassgate. I'm not even going to the Stadia shit, but Grassgate. Who the fuck cares about shades of grass? But the way you describe the shades of
Tony.
grass, like, come on.
Ponies.
But no, it wasn't. But digital, it came, but it originated from Digital Foundry.
Who are ponies?
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Johansel Valegua. I don't mind what the chat says, and you are free to say what you want to say. Y'all can say a lot of things about me that I may be weird, I may like unpopular shit, and I will own all that. But if you're going to call me a liar, which don't hurt me personally, but it's a challenge to me, and I love a challenge, I want you to point out where I am a liar at. Because if you don't, then you're going to get exposed. So I need you in the chat to, while we're doing the show, explain to me what I lied about. Not that where I had a difference of an opinion that you may have had, but what I've lied about. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Damn, he called you Matt. He called you Moss Batch. Oh man.
Don't do that today. Don't do that today.
Hey, listen. That putting Moss on Batch. Okay, I guess that's a bad thing to be. Hey. Never mind.
Hey, let me say this right quick, before you talk. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sony Prophet said, so Digital Foundry is now Pony Foundry again. Laughing my ass off. I guess he's throwing a shot at you.
That. I just think they go where the money's at. I don't think they're not here for nobody.
Somebody actually said that on Twitter. I can't remember who said it or where it was at, but I saw that.
Whenever it switches sides, they go back and forth. It's nothing. It's cyclical. It's they're out for themselves. And whatever's gonna get the most attention, that's what they're gonna do for the most part. Even if it's the same answer, they'll spin it to be a certain way, which is media. I mean, I get it, but that's not my end all be all.
Yeah. King Thrash, he's saying how Xbox is
dog shit. I don't know.
Selling old games. Because I saw like an ad earlier where Xbox was talking about, through 4 generations of Xbox. I don't really know, come on.
But weren't they hyped when they heard
come on, bro. You know they're going to have new games too. Come on, bro. Come on, stop.
Weren't they hyped when they said, oh, you can play PS3 games now? I thought you didn't want to play old games. So pick one.
I don't know, bro.
Pick.
I don't know, man. But let's move on. Hey, man, I got anything? Hey, Devin, man, you back, right? So you got anything about this about Hellblade?
Hey, I don't see the bad thing on being able to play all the games that you own, regardless of when they came out. Like, what's so bad about that? You paid money for it, right? You can play it on the new box.
Well, what do you think about the Digital Foundry stuff, though?
I don't give a fuck about them. They're irrelevant to me.
Exactly.
Like, why do I care what they think?
What Devin just said needs to be echoed through the X community. I made a video. Now, for full disclosure, and I think I talked to King Thrash behind the scenes. For full disclosure, I took my video down, and I hope Thrash don't mind me saying, I reached out to Thrash, and I said, Thrash, chill, bro. This dude is crazy. And Thrash is, I don't give a fuck, nigga. That ain't my problem. These niggas crazy. You know what I'm saying? Thrash is like, I don't care.
Turn it back my sexy.
I was like, hey, yo, Thrash, dude sound like he gonna jump off the bridge. And Thrash don't give a fuck, right? So I took the video down, but then I put it back up. I've said I created this thing called the STFU, Shut the Fuck Up Award, right? And I said that gaming would be a better place if Digital Foundry would just go away. They have more weight in the community than they need to.
Because the thing about
it, just said should be true. Fuck Digital Foundry. Sorry, fuck them. But they have too much weight.
They started this narrative this generation, bro. Nobody was talking about pixels and resolution until them. Yeah, so you're right about that.
Like anti-aliasing and all these terms and stuff. It was, did it look good or not? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Is it smooth? How's the gameplay? Is it janky? Like, that's all that mattered. But they didn't put the hood up and say, yeah, this is a carburetor. This is what this does. And so everybody think they're a mechanic now. Like, so like, honestly, I mean, it's for entertainment to only troll the other side at this point. Because at the end of the day, if you like how something looks, you don't care what Digital Foundry says. If you think something looks trash, you're not going to the fact that it runs at 60 frames.
Exactly. The average gamer that Microsoft needs back up, they're not going to say, oh, I think this looks good, but hold on, let me go see what Digital Foundry thinks first. They're going right. Looks good to them,
or I would say most people only do it to troll the other side. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
But they hold too much.
It sounds like there are a bunch of PC people trolling console guys, like comparing pixels and shit and picture. It never really mattered like that. PC as long as it looks good.
Yeah, because nobody cared about 900p versus 1080p until then.
Exactly.
Right. So. Yeah, man. So let's shift gears a little bit. So listen, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple of days. Our boy Randall Thor last week on the Iron Lords podcast, he said he know for a fact Horizon Zero Dawn is going natively to PC, and not just that, a lot of other games too. So listen, Randall Thor is one of my favorite YouTubers. I like his content, but he said that shit. He said it. So yesterday it was announced that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to PS Now. You can play it on PC through PS Now, but it's not natively going to PC. So a lot of people
and God of War is out, right?
Yeah, like God of War is already in the service. So a lot of people
No, it's cycled it. I think they do 4-month cycles.
Yeah.
It's in the service now, and I think it leaves in January.
Why don't you take out God of War and put that in there?
Because they want to get new players.
Yeah. So a lot of people was talking shit to Red, like, you know, they was throwing him under the bus, and a lot of PlayStation guys were celebrating. Now there was a lot of guys when they like the rumor about it going to PC. A lot of PlayStation guys lost their shit. Like, fuck PlayStation, they can kiss my ass. And a lot of guys was really upset about it, man. I mean, that's their prerogative, but they were really upset about it. So when it was going to PlayStation, now, yes, they were celebrating. Yes. I still love Sony. So what do you guys think about
that was their big achievement for the past couple of months, was that their game isn't going to PC. That was their crowning achievement.
Right.
So like they mad hype. I'm like, why is that something to be hyped about?
And Heath is right. Though. Rand did take his L. Rand said, "I'll take the L," but I mean, it's possible it can still come to PC though.
Yeah,
right?
like, that's the point. He's not wrong until he's right.
Yeah. So yeah, but Rand did take his L like a man. He said, "I'm gonna take my L."
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. And this is where I say, and I do it too. We're all guilty of it. We get excited. Like, hey, Nethos, remember when Z was trying to tell us, don't be excited about Xbox E3? And we said, no, these rumors are true. Fuck you, Z. Fuck you and your trash. No, but with that, and then we got backhanded with the U thing on. With that being said, we all do it. And I wrote Z an apology letter on a blog on a website.
But you never claim to have inside knowledge, though.
But here's what happened. Big ups to Rand. You know, we've had Rand on the show. We would love for Rand to come back. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Rand behind the scenes. You know, on here and there about different things. So big ups to Randolph Thor. I think what it is that sometimes when you're preaching to the choir and you get very enthusiastic, some things may slip out when our better knowledge says, you know what, let's not be so absolute about it, and we're all guilty of it, right? With that being said, don't rule it out of contention,
right?
That
yes,
right. PlayStation games will never come to PC.
Well, we already saw one, so never is already happened.
This is look, PlayStation now game coming. PlayStation now owns Stormlands. Which is going to be coming to. It's not even coming to their VR. I don't think there's no plans been announced for it to come to their VR. This is the Jim Ryan era. This is not the This is not the legacy PlayStation era. This is the same era when somebody said, "Please save us from this crazy Jim Ryan." Sean Layton tweeted from home. He liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
his soccer club.
So, never say never. With that being said, I just think it was just a matter of, Rand being excited because of the X series and things like that. And maybe I think that the better Rand would have said, you know what, it's going to be an extreme likelihood. Look for it down the road. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And so I mean, it was interesting, man. You know, because I was listening to the podcast and he was, hey, that shit going on there. I know for a fact. I was like, damn, for real? He sounded pretty sure about it, but it's all good, man. You know, we all make wrong predictions or things of that nature. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
So. I want to see what happens. I want to see anybody if it actually does go to PC if they're gonna apologize, because I doubt it.
They ain't gonna apologize. No. But I will say this: if that game winds up going to PC. It's gonna be a lot of L's in it now because those guys
not even L's. Suicide watch.
Suicide watch. God.
You see Jack move over there for MLB going crazy.
People already crying over that.
Yeah, let a big God of War type game go over there. Man, I tell you, 20s will be committing suicide on Twitter.
Yeah.
Live
I don't know,
streaming
man.
it.
I don't know, but even like with like Moss Boy, Jason Schreier said he can't confirm that it's not going, you know, and people threw him under the bus too after they said it was going to PS9. They'd be like, yeah, he don't know shit either. So yeah, man. So what you talking about, man? Scared to thrash about what, man? We're here talking about video games, man. What the fuck I'm scared of? What scared of nigga? What the fuck out of here, man. What scared of what? We talking about video games, Mr. Price's What the fuck I'm scared of?
Oh man,
Nigga,
I ain't trying to
scared of no. What the fuck? Come on, bro.
see another chaos bringer.
Oh, come on, bro. We talking about fucking video games.
Yo. Hey, I just want to say, y'all heard it here first. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. I got the minimum specs, and I already got the drivers downloaded on my computer.
Oh shit! he won't put it on tape, so he say, "I said it."
Oh shit, man.
Nah,
you right, Noah.
April Fools.
We just had to get on tape just so we could like clip it.
You know they edited the part out where I said April Fools, right?
Yeah.
Biggest L ever.
December, whatever today is, fool.
It wasn't even April. Hell.
He was serious. He was dead ass.
It's not even April. We can tell he lying.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about a couple things before we get out of here. So is the Xbox One X is the name? I mean, the Xbox. See, that's the problem. As you said, maybe it is confusing. The Xbox Series X is the name confusing, y'all?
Yeah.
Not
I don't know.
first.
Do you have a
it's not
a 2DS XL or a 3DS Lite?
Oh shit!
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, but those DSs are confusing as well. That's the thing.
But it sold over 200 million copies of it.
I'm just going to call it with what Adam calls it, the Xbox Sex Edition.
That was my name. I said it first. I said it on the live stream.
Yeah.
I did hear Zanami say it first.
Mama did say it first, but they did that shit for the meme. I guarantee it.
Here's the difference, y'all. And I learned this from experience when I pulled. That's where we got to get past slogans and bullet points and cute words and shit, and we got to deal with the facts. Here's why it's going to be confusing at first. I think down the road it's not going to be confusing, but at launch it's going to be confusing.
One letter.
It's really no fault to Xbox. I get what they're trying to get, but again, okay. So with the Nintendo DS, when they go to GameStop and all that other shit, it's information is confusing as the experts that have to explain it to you. When a parent goes into GameStop or whatever, and they got to go buy something. Those people are familiar with how Nintendo does their shit, so they break it down simply. They know how to do it. I remember when I went to go pick up my Xbox One X, it was like pulling teeth out of a fucking turtle to the point to where the GameStop person said, "I don't get it. What is so special about this Xbox One X?" The motherfucker literally said this out loud. Xbox has different tenure with retail people. They tend to not do their due diligence or whatever. So at first it's going to be confusing because of that.
It was like Walmart.
If people went to Microsoft stores, they would break it down better. But I think after that first initial release, it'll become second nature. But again, it is going to be confusing, and it's up to the community to try to help ease that confusion. And Microsoft primarily to do that.
So here's the thing. I agree with you, but only because of one letter, X. Because when they say I want the Xbox X, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So I think if people start to say series or the Xbox Series instead of Xbox One, it's gonna take some time.
Say the new Xbox.
Yeah, the new Xbox.
Don't say Xbox.
No, but if you go to a store and say I want the Xbox X, they're gonna be like, which one?
Like so I want the X Series.
I get that.
I want the X Series.
The latest one.
Yeah.
I want the X Series.
But here's
But do you want the Series S though?
Yeah.
But that's not. Hey, listen.
Can y'all imagine somebody who doesn't know what they're buying, but they've heard the Xbox Sex Edition going in and be like, can I get the Xbox Sex Edition? They're gonna look at them so crazy, like, what?
Comes with a free Pornhub, right? PS4 guys.
What if somebody? What if?
So how many gigabytes of RAM?
You send your parent to the store, and I see in the chat they brought up a good point. Say the new Xbox. Okay, I said. So the person said. So my mom goes in there. She says, "Okay, get the new Xbox. I want the new Xbox." Well, it's a series, man. Which one you want? The S or the X? I don't know. Well, the X does this and the X does that. Oh well,
which one costs more?
Well, what?
Just play Fortnite on it.
Well, what's wrong with it? If you see them. But hold on, but you'll see the X's name. You know this, Dirt, because you're familiar with how these stores work. They'll see the Xbox One X there, and then the mother will say, "Oh, well, just give me that one. That why don't you give me that one?" And the GameStop people will not explain it because they don't do that shit right.
It don't matter, Moss, because a sale is a sale.
Well, they don't.
It's 2009. Somebody said this. I don't know who. Listen. I don't know who told me this, but somebody said, "Oh, I know who said." The Predator said it in the DM. It's 2019. You know what kids do now? Mom, this is a picture of the new Xbox I want.
That's my tinfoil hat. Guess what?
Come on, bro. It's 2019, man. I gotta stop with this confusing shit.
Listen. Wait.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a real life example.
That's my daughter did with their Christmas list. That's my daughter did with their Christmas list this year.
Listen,
they sent them pieces of shit.
I think that new design is going to be more helpful to identify which Xbox you're talking about.
And the S might be flat and a different color. The S isn't going to look the same as the X. It's going to be flat with a different color.
I think it's going to be a console shape, yeah.
Hey,
I'm not going to lie, though. I think the S is going to be like the same shape, basically, but in white. Yeah, that console in white looks so much better, man.
Probably a tad bit smaller, I think.
Yeah, maybe a tad bit smaller.
I do like white consoles, but under like a home theater, it will stick out. So I see them sticking with.
Maybe I don't know. Like I saw a video of that shit in white. That shit looked nice.
Well, side note, I want to say this from before. I want to see the special consoles for that bitch.
Yeah, shout out to Xbox Pope. Hold on, shout out to Xbox Pope. He did a fantastic job showing
those shits look sweet. Yeah,
custom consoles. It made that design actually work. I like the Cyberpunk design a lot.
Yeah,
but you know what that column look?
The vinyl wraps and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With that column thing, you could have a wrap going all the way around it. Oh, that's gonna be tight.
But I just got a question for Xbox Pope. I just got a question. Hey, Xbox Pope, why you block me, man? Hey, chat.
You had me blocked for a long time. I was sad. I had me blocked for a while. He just recently unblocked
free Xbox, free MM2K, y'all. Hashtag free.
No, you gotta get rid of the Stadia tag.
I don't give a shit.
Hey,
I don't care.
He had me blocked for like a year now. I never said anything to him.
It's your social media account. Do what you do, pimping. Do what you do.
Let me say this: saying Xbox Series X, that's a lot of muscles in your mouth jaw. You can sneeze PlayStation 5, but it's a lot more work saying Xbox Series.
Can I give y'all an example?
If it's more syllables or it's more consonants.
It's the same. No, wait. It's the same amount of syllables.
Oh my
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. That's 4 syllables each.
Nah, it's but it is more effort though.
It is more, and then the word more effort, bro.
I mean, and then if they shorten it, what is it going to be? XSX.
The Series X. I want that X. I want that Series X. But here's
that's what I'm gonna say.
Here's what I ran into, and I run into this all the time in GameStop. Take my old ass to GameStop. So I get people confused all the time. They forget they don't take the pictures. The clerk will ask them, "Did you take the picture?" No. Now, again, I know people should do this, but they don't do this. So I was in GameStop last week. A mom actually wanted the new Xbox Elite Series controller. She brought in an old Xbox controller, and she was trying to break it down the best way that she could. I happened to be listening. I was in there with a friend of mine. I happened to be listening. And the GameStop guy, because again, he's trying to do inventory, he's trying to tag. He just says, "Well, look, you can just take this and do this." I said, "No, intervene." I said, "No, explain that to me again, ma'am." And after I listened to her, I said, "Ma'am, you're looking for the Xbox Series 2 controller." "Oh, thank you." "Oh, well, we're out of stock here." I said, "But you can check your computer, can't you?" "Yeah." He checked the computer. "Oh, yeah, this in the store over there the next time." These GameStop people and these Best Buy people, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give two fucks.
And when it comes to Xbox, they really don't give a fuck because, like Noah said, it's about the sales. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some shit.
That's why
Really-
Xbox trying to put them out of business with that Sad edition. They was
And
mad.
that Game Pass, they hate that shit.
Game Pass
Oh, yeah.
is going. Listen. I'm glad you said that. I think
Game
Game
Pass
Pass
and
is
Saturday
going to
shit
be
is
a big
is
thing next
shit.
generation, bro. Especially when they
Hell
start
yeah.
making
I
better
don't know.
games.
Hey, Dirk, you saw the commercial, the one that they have like, oh, this is get all the best games of the year on Game Pass.
Yeah, they
Start with one. Yeah, they had like
I
a
went
banging
into-
ass like commercial.
Let me tell you something. I went to my GameStop the other day because I was returning a game that I didn't like, and I was standing there talking with the person who works there with me. And you guys know I play like European style board games. Well, some of the games they've started making digital. So I was telling her about one of them, and she was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "From what my friend told me, they just put it on Game Pass." And she's like, "Oh." She pulled out her phone. She went to her Game Pass app and she was like, "Oh, let
Yep.
me download it." And
Facts.
she's like, "I'll play it when I get home." I was sitting there
See?
like, "Well,
That's
damn."
it. That's
how we do, son.
Everybody,
That's
everybody
how-
should do that.
Hey, Bunny,
Xbox
Everybody
Life,
should do
son.
that.
Hey, Bunny, that's how I got Untitled Goose Game.
Oh shit,
Trash.
I forgot
That
to
game
download
is
that.
trash.
Is it trash? No.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to download that shit.
No. First of all,
Somebody capping for this
no.
Untitled
First of all, don't listen to a man that can't play puzzle games. It's a puzzle game.
I play
That's why
puzzle
he don't
games.
like it. You just
Bro,
said you don't like puzzle
bro,
games.
Yeah,
you're-
I just want to
Wait,
play the
I
game
don't-
to steal the little
Hold on,
kid's
wait.
glasses and scare him around.
You're a freaking goose that's picking up carrots and Lord knows what with your beak and dragging it across the floor.
What'd you think
And
a
you
game called
have
Untitled
to-
Goose Game was gonna be about?
I'd rather play Death Stranding.
And
Oh,
you'll
fuck
have
no.
to
Fuck no.
He said,
you
fuck
wild.
no.
lock
Wildin'.
people in garages and stuff as an annoying goose. Shit
It's
looks
basically-
So this goose is a little
Yeah.
asshole, right? This is a goose
It
little
is.
asshole.
Yes, and you
That's
get
funny.
and you
That's
get
what
a list. You get a list of things you have to do. You
I'll
might
play
have
on
to
Game
scare
Pass.
the kill. You
Listen,
might have to steal his glasses so he can't see.
dump
you
this
might
stuff in the water.
You
You have
just
to dump
troll 'em.
stuff in the water. You
Yeah.
might have to convince somebody to go into a garage and then do something to lock them into the garage.
It's
Yes,
like get on
Goose
TV.
is an
They
asshole.
give you-
Wait a
they
minute,
give you
wait a
different
minute.
shit to do.
Tsunami for you. Try to sell me on this game, but before you do that, hold up.
You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like
All
it.
right, now go ahead.
You're not gonna like it.
Try to sell me this game.
I'm not. You don't like puzzle games. You get frustrated and quit. You told me this last night.
Okay, Nico.
Puzzles fucking suck.
It's not
Nico.
really a puzzle game as much as it is figure out how to get this thing to happen. Go ahead.
Let's
Don't
put
hold your hand at
this
all.
way. Let's put it this way. You're a goose that's running around town being an asshole,
What you do in
stealing
real
people's
life?
shoes, stealing their seats. When like one of your goals is to steal this dude's stool before he sits down so he falls on his ass. That's
Or
one
get
of your
the-
goals in the game.
Or turn the sprinklers on a farmer. Like get him wet. Pause. Like there's a little
Yeah.
asshole shit to do. Steal all his food and make a picnic. Like it's not a puzzle. It's just how can I figure out how to not?
You
to
have
do
a
this stuff?
list of shit you have to
Yeah.
do, and you have to get around the humans to do it.
It's a troll list. It's a troll list.
Yeah, you're a goose that's an asshole troll.
I'd rather play Halo.
That's true.
I forgot to
That's
download
true.
it. I want to try it because
You
that like my friend Pedro was kind of cool. It's a little
Yeah, my
bit-
friend Pedro is fire.
That
It's a
game
little
is
bit better
dope as hell.
Yeah, but it's
But the Goose game, oh, bro.
No, Noah. You
This-
said
y'all- you sending the wrong message to Phil.
Wait, no. First of all, it's not a Phil game. It's on Switch first.
Oh,
It
wait a
don't
minute.
matter, bro. They
that's
look
the
at these
thing I'm
stats. They
trying
look
to
at these
figure out.
games and
Guess
be
what,
like,
Noah? Everybody doesn't have to like the same.
"Oh,
game.
this is what our fan base likes." They like they want to be a goose and a
Noah?
deer.
Noah,
I thought
Noah,
the game
you
was
just
at one.
Noah, you literally said you play a whole bunch of games you will never play because of Game Pass.
Yeah,
You
but that
don't
was
random
trash.
one that you
Nah,
don't like.
but
No,
here's
I
It's
ain't-
the
not
thing.
indie. How is it trash?
It's
It's sold
trash.
millions.
No,
on
I'm not
fucking
gonna like
Switch.
every game I play.
But
Every,
here-
It's
but
every
sold
here's
indie
millions
not
on Switch.
every indie's not bad,
But
but
it
every
also is
indie's not
successful.
good either.
It was also nominated for awards, so it
But
sold
you
well.
can-
and,
By the
and fucking-
same people that nominate Flower's trash.
But
That's because
here's
that's
the
not a game
thing.
that you like.
You can't really hate a game that you don't play either.
But here's the thing, guys. I
don't
thought
hate it. I'm
Untitled.
just saying it's not. I
I
don't
thought
see what it's
Untitled
all about.
Goose Game was already on all the
Until
other
you play it.
platforms.
No,
No,
it came to
it
PC
just made
and,
it.
Yeah, it just came
PC
out.
and Switch first.
What? I thought it was on
Yeah.
everything.
You didn't see
No.
It was on the Switch first.
the PlayStation State of Play. That was their first
Yeah,
game
I
they showed.
saw it, and I was sitting. And while I was watching that state of play, I was like, "Damn, I thought Untitled Goose Game
So
was
don't-
you
already
probably-
on
you
it."
So don't
probably
get- so don't
did
get me, oh,
play
that's
it.
what Phil. Oh, that's what Phil PlayStation used as their first game for State of Play. So
No,
it's not
you probably did play that game on Game Boy because that's what it looked like. You're on on.
Hold on, wait, no. What was the game you said? What was the game you said yesterday? You said you couldn't get into because you couldn't do the puzzle.
Hellblade.
Oh, you got frustrated.
But I like puzzle games, but I don't like those.
Name one.
Bro, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil.
You like the action?
Bro,
You just deal with the
all
puzzles.
you gotta do is find the
Wait, hold on. The puzzles in Portal are awesome.
That's
I play Portal.
Portal is fucking awesome, but that's not the point. You dealt with the puzzles in Tomb Raider.
Star Wars had puzzles in it.
Yeah, Star Wars definitely has puzzles.
And like, how you do this? Like, you don't like puzzles?
Listen, I didn't like the puzzles, but they were there.
And the one thing you guys
Neff, you said you didn't play. You said you didn't play Zelda.
I never claimed to be a genius.
I
like solving puzzles, but I'm not gonna be able to figure them all out.
I like the remake a lot.
So you didn't play the old Zeldas.
Bro, I was born 1997,
okay.
man.
Dark Side is one.
I have never played one Zelda game in my life. And I still don't give a shit. And I still don't give a shit.
The last Zelda game I played was on Super Nintendo.
You gotta give Untitled Goose Game one prop for a game created by 4 people. Only 4. It was not a studio. It was 4 friends who created it. It sure as hell made a huge ass wave in the gaming community.
Snow Bunny. I'd rather play solitaire.
I don't care what you would rather play. Right? What my point is it still
made. That game is doo-doo.
No, my point is, it made waves enough on the Switch to go to other shit. Like I said, I already thought it was.
Exactly.
Media bias.
Wait a minute. I can tell you right now if it's still in the top, what it is on the Switch eShop, if it's still in the eShop.
You might as well do the Switch report while you at us, nobody. Oh, you got anything?
I've been working too much. I haven't.
This how you get.
I'm just dragging bodies this week. To hell.
Just watch the achievement guide.
I might do that though, for real.
See, I told y'all I get him.
My boy Rudy said he lost some respect for me, y'all. My boy Rudy said he lost some respect for me.
Why?
Because I never played a Zelda game. Now, Rudy, you know me well, though. We used to be up at GameStop talking. Buddy. I was like, fuck all things Nintendo. That includes
And I will tell you guys, Untitled Goose Game is in the top 10 on the Switch right now.
That's nice. Old. That's old.
And it's an old game. Yeah. So my point is, for a game being sold at $20 a pop, made by 4 guys, it made some waves in the gaming world.
I don't get it though. That's what I don't understand.
No, beat the first stage, fuck niggas.
Cuphead was more impressive.
Phil Spencer gets on stage and shows Hellblade 2.
Cuphead was made by 2 people.
He shows Hellblade 2. The game looks like one of the best games in the world, and we try to pick it apart. But then we go home and play the Untitled Goose Game and say this is the greatest game in the world.
No, hold on, wait. You don't even talk shit. You was definitely playing fucking black and white 2D Zelda looking game. And this is
fire.
There you go. Come on. Hey, listen,
bro. But the point you're trying to make is because I like one indie game, I'm supposed to like them all across the board.
No, my point is, you said, "Oh, you go ahead and say Hellblade is amazing. Then go play Untitled Goose."
Yeah, Hellblade, but Hellblade 2 does look amazing. I never said it.
Minute is about a game got a guy that
you're missing the point, Zanami. I'm talking about the same people that shitting on the Hellblade 2 graphics, saying, "Nah, that ain't real." Xbox need more photorealistic games.
It's not that with me. Whenever I see any game reveal, I automatically drop it 50% of how good it's actually going to look.
Yeah. I mean, that's
okay. Like that's right now, I saw Hellblade 2. It looks good, but right now it's too early for me to even say anything, whether it's going to be great or if it looks fire or what it looks like. It's way too early to start hyping up anything about it.
I'm in the same boat. I think we should hype it up for the fact that Microsoft has been showing more games on the cartoony side, and if you want them to push more games like this, I think you need to give them that cheer and hoorah. Hey, this is the direction we want to see Xbox games go. Now that doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. Truth be told, I didn't like the first one, but I want to see more games
because it was a puzzle game.
I like puzzle games. I just don't like games where I have to line up.
Switch. You don't like hard puzzle games.
No, I said name a puzzle game, not a game with puzzles.
Bro, I played several puzzle games.
Tetris does not count.
Several. I just can't think on top of the head. Just go
What
through
about
my
Column?
Y'all gotta admit that Tetris 99, a damn battle royale Tetris game, being nominated
Fuck
for
that
Game
game.
Award
See,
was funny as hell.
These entitled niggas always talking about AAA. Not every game gotta be AAA. Tetris, I'm pretty sure
It don't,
shit.
bro. But we're
I'm not-
AAA
I didn't
stars, Tsunami. We're AAA. We're AAA
We're
stars.
talking about if the game is fun or not. We're
No. Now,
Man,
no
Cuphead
one
shits
made.
on all these games. Let's move on.
I bet you can't
No
beat
one
Cuphead.
made a very good point.
Fuck no, I can't. It's hard as hell.
No one made a very good point. If you're saying on Xbox side you are AAA starved for games,
We're not even talking about that. He said the game was trash. That has nothing to do with if it's exclusive or not.
No,
This topic is trash. Dirt, let's move on.
Hold on. I just want to throw in there. I'm not saying the game is trash because of the art direction.
No, I'm not.
I just don't like the fact I got
Puzzle games,
stuff up on my beak and move it, dragging on the floor.
Well, how is it period? You're
this man walking
Goose.
up to me
You're
and throwing his shit
Goose.
back. Bro, I mean, it's not fun to me though. It's not fun. I'm not blaming you if you like the game. If you like it, but it's not fun to me.
Beat the first stage, fun nigga.
Maybe if I get through it.
All right, that's enough of that shit.
so what's the next topic?
It's not the damn Goose game, that's for sure. Y'all, let's go ahead and get to the end of this podcast. It's very entertaining podcast. I gotta admit, this is a nice group we have right here. I really like this group. So let me say this right quick before we get to our game of the decade. Let me say this right quick. There was a former Naughty Dog employee that came out and said all of these studios that Microsoft acquired, they purchased and all that shit, they can't fuck with Sony shit. He said they cannot compete with Sony shit. So, now me personally, I feel Microsoft has some decent studios. But I will also be honest, this is just my opinion. This is Dirk Griggity's opinion. I do believe that Naughty Dog is in a league of their own right now. I do believe some of Microsoft's newer studios, they have to show some things. Like, I believe the initiative could be there because they have a lot of talent from some of those great studios, but we still don't know yet, obviously. I believe Ninja Theory, I believe they're underrated with their technology. Because if you watched Hellblade, all those diaries they did, those dev diaries, they have some impressive technology. They use some impressive technology, and that was on the $10 million budget.
Techniques and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the techniques and stuff.
Yeah, and that was on the $10 million budget. So just imagine what they're going to be doing now with the resources that they have with Microsoft. So, but Sony Santa Monica is phenomenal. God of War is a great game.
Yes.
Naughty Dog is phenomenal. Guerrilla Games, I haven't loved a Guerrilla Games game. I haven't loved it. I play all of their games, but I haven't loved any of them. But I do think they're great with graphics.
Yeah,
and things like that.
Great with technology.
Yeah, technology. Now, Insomniac is good, but I wouldn't put Insomniac on a level with Naughty Dog and those, people. I mean, Spider-Man was great, but I don't put Insomniac on that same level. But they're good also. So, what do you guys think about that statement? Do you guys think there's a truth in that statement, or he's full of shit?
I was gonna say, like, what all games has Naughty Dog made?
Crash Bandicoot,
Jack and Daxter series,
Uncharted,
Last of Us. They good, bro. Yeah. They're one of the best. I will put them and Rockstar. They're out there. Just my opinion.
They're top tier dev.
Absolutely.
But let me start off. I want to start off saying I think that comes from a place of salt. I think he feels a little salty after watching that trailer. Now is he wrong in what he's saying? I don't feel like he's all the way wrong because Microsoft does have to prove. They got a lot to prove with these developers. But I mean, the fact that he chooses now to come out and say this, like he's trying to put some salt on the Hellblade 2 reveal is what I feel like.
Yeah,
it's like an old rapper talking about young rappers. That's kind of how I felt.
This was an ex Naughty Dog
employee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. But if he's an ex-employee, we don't know A, why he left, or if he was just let go, downsizing the studio, and he was just saying good words to try to get his old job back.
I
We
don't know.
don't know that.
They threw his ass. They probably
Okay.
threw his ass out of there. So I don't know. Obviously, but
I mean, you see what I mean? I mean, there's so many different ways to look at it. And I mean, the fact that if he's an ex-employee and he left on sour terms, why is he trying to be good? Or if he left on good terms, it's a catch-22.
yeah,
I
I
think,
mean,
I think at worst, it's like a pro player talking about their college. That's your team
Where-
from before,
Yeah.
so you're gonna root for 'em still.
Exactly. I mean, so it could just be fanboyism.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Where's
you
he at
work
now?
when you work for a company, you build a certain pride. Not everybody, but most people build a certain pride for the company, especially as you start moving up the
shit.
ladder. You want to see your company succeed, and you start feeling like, hey, my company's better than others. Even after
Best believe
you know what I'm
Coke employees think it's better than Pepsi. Like it's just
saying? even after they, depending on how they look.
hey,
Or maybe
Hey, hold on, y'all.
he's a PlayStation fanboy.
yeah, I mean,
That's
there's
what
a
I'm saying.
lot of those out
Yeah.
there. Hey, there's two comments I want to address in the chat. First of all, Buck Dad said Microsoft needs to let the initiative do something new. What the fuck?
You don't even know what the initiative working on.
Yeah, but this will be their first game though. So
Whatever they do is going to be
He
good.
said-
Yeah.
he said initiative
I'm the
and
only one drinking
343.
He's a
I'm
fraud.
the only one
See?
drinking
Chaos
tonight, Buck.
Bringer.
That put the
Chaos Bringer. I told you, just want to see shit burn. He don't care what he say.
Now Mark Woodland, who I heard is a Pony Xbox,
Mark.
he like flip every other Tuesday. He said Insomniac, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank. I know what the fuck they made, bro. You gotta put it. I'm not saying they're a bad development team. I'm saying they're not on the level of Naughty Dog or Sony Santa Monica or even the Gorilla. This is my opinion. I thought Spider-Man was a good game. Ratchet and Clank games were good back in the day.
They got down with that the latest Ratchet and Clank. They got Ratchet and Clank. They got down with that game.
Yeah, I mean they're a good developer, but I'm not hating on them. I just don't think they're
I'm
great.
gonna say this.
I think he
Go
meant
ahead,
the
go ahead,
coalition,
brother. Go
not
ahead,
the initiative.
Hey, but Spartan God, that's my point. Buck that said the initiative needs to do something new. Nigga, they don't
think he
have
meant the
anything.
coalition.
Whatever they're gonna make is gonna be new.
I think he,
Can I
I think he meant the
interject something?
coalition.
No. He said,
Oh,
he said,
maybe he meant the coalition.
if
Yeah.
he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
May I interject something here, please?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Dirt is at 927 subscribers. We need to get him a push
Oh,
to
snap.
1,000. We only need
Facts.
73 people to subscribe.
Come on,
Can you
dog.
guys like tweet this out to
We want to
everybody
have a super chat.
and say
We need 1,000.
I'm gonna
we need
call.
73 more people? 73 more.
All right, I got you,
Thank
Dirt. I'm
you.
about to go follow you.
I'm gonna call.
Nigga, you ain't following me? Oh shit.
You
don't follow him?
I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna call him out. You know why Dirt ain't at 1,000? Because he don't bash PlayStation. If he bashed PlayStation, he'd have been at 10,000.
Yeah, you
You know
probably
what I'm saying?
right,
So
yeah.
if you
That's why I'm here.
Xbox, if you and for all my Xbox brethren that just be like, leave us alone. We're just trying to stop with all the hate. The simple fact that this man does not have 1,000. He hosts this lively show every week. He did his thing on Crap when Crap was doing his thing. Big ups to Crap. And he did his thing wherever he's been. He's been doing his damn thing. And the fact that this man ain't 1,000 and y'all keep whining all that dumb shit about, oh man, let us be. Dirt is the epitome of that. So y'all, every day that this man is not at 1,000, y'all show y'all true colors. That's all I got to say. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Moss. I appreciate
even
it.
if you hate
I'm
Xbox.
sorry for that interjection. I just had
Even
to
if you hate
bring that
Xbox,
up.
go ahead, follow him.
The Coalition. D. Almighty Spell call him the Coalition. Come on, bro. Show some respect.
Oh shit, I like that. I like
He
that.
said the Coalition called the Coalition. Come on, man.
For the coalition. Can I give my thoughts? After capping for you for all that time.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Come on, brother.
Let me say this. Y'all know me. I don't say what's popular. I don't like none of Sony studios. Fuck them. Only one I like is Santa Monica. I like them because of God of War. All their shit is story driven and hug me and great. Where's the tissue at? They talking about Xbox used to be the home of the bro shooter. This is the box of the hug me shooter, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. With that being said, I will give Sony, and we were talking about this in the DM earlier, chat. I mean, damn, Dirt. Sony's strong point is direction. right? Read Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. Even when Uncharted 4 was in trouble, when the original director left right before the game was supposed to release, and then Neil Druckmann and company had to come in and redo everything. They did that and still released such a critically acclaimed product that a lot of people could not do, whether I like it or not. So Microsoft got all the talent in the world. That's great. They're hiring new people. We need some strong studio heads there to come up with a product placement. What are Xbox games about? Because you can't be about everything. I'm sorry. You can have a little bit of everything, like how Sony does, but you can't be about everything. Like there has to be what my industry calls product placement. When I pick up an Xbox game, what do I think about? When I pick up a Sony game, I think about great story narrative-driven games. What is Xbox ploy going to be? Oh, that's my.
I mean, it's always been multiplayer.
Hey man,
they got to be the best multiplayer out there.
Spartan guy called you LL2K.
God damn.
Oh god.
Wow.
But you know what? Listen, man. But you know what though, man? I just feel that Microsoft is going to be pretty good. But they might not never make a game as quality as Naughty Dog. But I believe they are going to make some good games next generation. But I still feel that people sleeping on Ninja Theory. I really feel that because Hellblade was weird as shit. I didn't care for the subject matter of the first Hellblade. I liked the combat. Neither say he did like it. I thought the combat was basic, but I liked the combat. The game was weird as shit, but
it was the puzzles. You don't like puzzles?
Yeah, the puzzles. Yeah, I didn't. I like the puzzles. I like puzzles in other games. I didn't care for that one. So I hope they don't.
Thank you, Dirk. Thank you.
I didn't care for those looking puzzles. I didn't care for, but the game was still well done, especially on a $10 million budget with 20 people, bro. So Hellblade is a development team I think people got to watch out for because that game is going to be good with the money behind them, bro. That's going to be a good game, man. You know.
Mine is Playground. I want to see Playground.
Oh, I can't wait to see what they do.
They've been my favorite.
I just hope Fable don't be cartoony looking though. Do you guys? I hope it don't be. I know the old Fables kind of had a cartoonish look, but I want it to look more.
This is what I feel like. I think all the games that are cross gen are gonna have some type of art style to it. It may not be cartoony, but it's gonna be in a form that can run on everything.
Well, I do want some photorealistic game like Hellblade, but I mean all games are not, because think about even the multiplats. Not all multiplats are photorealistic, you know what I'm saying? You know, like okay, like the Star Wars game. Do y'all consider that photorealistic?
It's aiming at it, but it's not.
Star Wars,
Star Wars photorealistic.
Yeah. It can. At first, I didn't think it was. At first, I didn't think it was because they're real actors and shit too. Yeah. But there are some games like Borderlands that's very popular. That's cartoony. You know what I'm saying? So they just got to have a mixture, though. You know, everything can't be cartoony. Everything.
I think there's a difference between photorealistic and realistic looking, because I don't think Star Wars is photorealistic because it doesn't look like a photo.
Yeah,
it looks like character models.
You've been playing on that. You've been playing on that Xbox One S. That's why. But if you play it on PC, that shit is amazing, bro. I'm telling you.
No, and it's smooth days. Okay, I got you.
No, dead ass though, bro. It's like it looks really good on PC. Like you'll look at
on PC,
some of the things.
But
you look good on the Xbox.
Models don't look. The models don't look as good as the world.
But
the world looks better than the character models.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Minus the character models, everything.
Well, that's what photorealistic is supposed to be.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
because like if you look at a game like Sea of Thieves, like the water is beautiful, but the character models are cartoony, so that's what people are going to judge.
The boat looks cartoony. Everything looks cartoony, but the water.
Yeah,
but
it's a pretty game though. But it's a pretty game.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it, but you know we play it. But I'm just saying though, like, I can't say that Sea of Thieves looks photorealistic. Like
hell
no. No.
A snake on Sea of Thieves doesn't look like no real life snake. It looks like it was hand drawn. When I had it looked like a cartoon. But on the opposite, Star Wars, everything looks photorealistic except the character models.
That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, but that's even. I mean,
that's kind of what Fable is. Fable has a lot of good looking stuff. It's just the character models look a little.
Yeah, I mean, but even like the new Call of Duty, I think that, you know what, that game graphics is amazing, bro.
Call of Duty.
The latest Call of Duty. Oh
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
I just did that
That's
mission.
photorealistic.
That shit is phenomenal, bro.
I just did that one mission where you go in somebody's apartment and shit. That shit was fire, bro. I didn't finish it yet because I just haven't been playing it, but
Hey, it's only 4 hours long.
yeah, I know. But I just did that mission. I was like, this shit looks amazing. That game looks great. And it's good to see them having a new engine going into next generation. So anyway. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this last shit out the way. It's almost 11 o'clock. Mars got to take his tablets. No, so nobody said it wasn't nothing
I've been working so much that I haven't.
No, I said Stadia report.
Man, fuck.
Oh yeah, Mars. The Stadia report. Mars, you got a Stadia report tonight, bro?
Yeah, bro. We got Borderlands 3. We got Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It has the new Stadia stream. So motherfuckers that got AD gaming and he want to run away from the pack, I can see him. He starts yelling like King's Blood, pick me up. I can see where he's at. So, you know. Like, hey, and, oh, yeah.
Boss,
and
what's up on that pass, bro?
They dropped new firmware that you can play.
Finally.
You can play on any Chromecast that's out there. So
okay, well, once they do the other phones and shit, that'd be sweet. So is anything else on a Stadia report?
Yeah, when they bring it to my iPhone.
It's not.
and then big up Stadia Nation for sending me DMs and shutting down Nibble that was spreading them lies. Big ups to Nibble. Borderlands 3 does have a 1080p 60 mode and it runs a lot better than the most powerful console in the world. But
where's the new free game? Like free game on Game Stadia.
The new free game
Miss Pac-Man and shit.
Orcs Must Die.
I can't remember. No, it was Tomb Raider. It was Tomb Raider.
Oh.
Where is it?
The original Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
The original Tomb
Oh, there it is.
Ah, goddamn.
On
the
Farming
PS1
Simulator.
version.
Hey, bro, these
PS1
new
version.
games are trash.
They're better than what's on Epic. They're better than Epic's free games.
No, they're not.
That's not.
Yes,
That's
they
not.
are.
Oh, hey, Mars.
Destiny 2 ain't better than any. Destiny 2 is better than any.
That's a free to play
Epic is
game.
Destiny.
Hey,
Free to play game, bro.
hey, man, Emmanuel. Mars says put the link.
Stadia's edition.
Hey, Emmanuel. Mars says put the link in the chat, bro.
No, Stadia. Hold on.
Hey,
And
bro,
that's
they should have made that Darksiders or Dark Souls. What game was that? That top down shit.
Darksiders Genesis.
Oh, the Genesis. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have made that a
free.
fucking free game.
Well,
Eat fucking that.
Or Guild.
Dropped though, didn't it?
That should have been an
it-
exclusive.
They did
honestly.
drop a lot of prices, and
They should have made Ghost Recon a free game too.
Ghost Recon's $30. It's cheap.
Yeah, they should have made that a free
Why-
game.
but why
I
did you-
thought
why did you buy it?
20 on the console.
Why you just get Uplay Plus when it
It's
comes
cheaper
to
on the Xbox.
It's cheap on the Xbox right
I
now.
wanted to try. I don't know if the stream feature is going to be on the Uplay Plus one. So and
$20,
Uplay Plus ain't
bro.
coming until next month. We'll say that again.
So you double dip.
$20, bro. What happened, boss?
$20 for what?
Ghost Recon on the Xbox.
Oh no,
I think you got it already.
he got on PC.
Did you just hear him? He's like, huh?
No, I don't know. Hell no. Ghost Recon is trash on Xbox. It's like sub 30 frames per.
You had to come up with something.
It's sub 30 frames per second.
Bro, we're talking about the game. Just not the way it looks, just the game in general. It's $20, bro.
On the Xbox,
on the
it should be $5 on Xbox. It's trash.
The game is trash.
It's sub 30 frames per second.
I
So
would
you
try
blame
the
the
Dark Side,
console
but
and not the game?
free. Fuck with that $40.
What you talking about? Darksiders Genesis?
Man, they should have made that shit free.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
$40 for
see.
that.
Here's the problem. I don't know about free, but it should definitely be cheaper than what it was.
$10. Like fuck that.
Like 10 or it would have helped out a lot for it to be like round 20.
What's the last game you bought on Stadia?
I don't want to invest into any Stadia games. Like I'll be real with you.
Moss, what's the last game?
That's what I was thinking. They should have made that exclusive, bro.
I bought Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I've been playing that all day. And Borderlands 3.
Where's the Stadia game best?
Is it better than Steam?
Is what better
say
than
he don't
Steam?
want to spend money on that shit either.
Because I know you got
Well,
the Steam version of
Lethals only has
Breakpoint.
access to the browser. Of course, there's no game on Stadia that he
Bro,
doesn't
you're
already-
like the one person with the Pixel phone I know, though.
You can
already
play
grabbed
on the you can play on. Hold on. Well, first you can sign. Look, y'all gonna make this a whole Stadia part. Y'all. One day, watch the Stadia dosage. Don't listen to these ignorant fools. Go to the Stadia dosage. You can get a lot of information there because they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
So let's play fanboy talk about Stadia.
You can play play Stadia on a lot of stuff. Also, check us out. We're coming to Reddit, y'all. I don't know when, but we're coming to Reddit. But that's it for the Reddit. I don't know when, but we're coming to Reddit.
All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes to get the fuck out of here.
And real quick, did y'all see Corey Bullock response to some fanboys on Twitter?
Nah, I heard about it, but I didn't hear about it.
They were like, my favorite system is PlayStation. Corey responded, my favorite is Xbox.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw it.
He said that? He trolled.
Yeah, he probably trolled.
What do y'all think about him releasing information about the Series X, even though nobody?
Yeah, right. He's the one who hinted at it.
What do y'all think about that?
Who did?
What did he say?
Corey Barlog.
He did say that. He did say that.
Yeah, he did. What happened was he said, like, Phil Spencer was coming to the Game Awards show or whatever. He said, "Can I get a sneak peek at the new Xbox you have cooking up?"
Oh,
we're sitting next to each other or something. Yeah, he basically, he whistleblowed kinda.
Yeah. Phil Spencer, you got to stealth release everything, bro. They got
you know what
for you, bro. They got
no
respect
Corey
for you.
Barlog, that's just his job. Maybe his favorite system might be an Xbox. Hey, listen, he wasn't always making God of War.
Right. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We about to get out of here. Before we get out of here, it's about to be 2020, y'all. So I'll be seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's
turn this shit
last decade, huh?
I need to ask one thing because we know next week we're not going to be here, but are we going to be here the following week with the new year coming in?
Probably not. So we'll probably be off for 2 weeks, y'all.
I'll be drinking.
Yeah, we'll probably be off for 2 weeks because Christmas is next week and New Year's the week after. So we'll probably be off for 2 weeks, and we will see you guys in 2020, January 2020. But yeah, this last question, like it's about to be 10 years, a whole decade.
Oh yeah.
I'll be seeing these articles. The best game of the decade. What is your best game of the decade? Now I don't know if you guys thought about it. I know what mine is. Do you guys want me to go first and give you guys?
You go first, and I'm gonna go last because I'm gonna turn this mother out.
Now this is obviously coming from Xbox game, right?
Starting from 2010.
I gotta be honest.
Right.
My favorite game of the last generation.
I know my answer now.
It's the okay. I gotta be honest. It's the fucking Last of Us, man.
Ooh,
I love that game.
Shit.
That game blew me away, bro.
Oh shit! We trying to get you to 1,000, G.
I'm being honest, bro. That's my favorite. Listen, Gears of War came out in 2006 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Gears. I came out 2006. There were some Xbox games on the 360 days I used to love. But
is it a specific game? Does it be a new IP? Like, what's the criteria?
No, just your game. No, it doesn't have to
just any game.
It can be a sequel from 2010 to 2000. No, to now.
Yeah.
Mine is The Last of Us.
I'll go next. So I remember seeing this meme. You already know it, but I remember seeing this meme go around, and I think it was pretty funny. It said what I was gaming on in the start of the decade, 2010. You see Halo Reach, you see like Modern Warfare 2, and you see Minecraft. And now the other half of the meme is how I'm ending the decade: the remake of Halo Reach, the new Modern Warfare reboot, and still Minecraft. My game of the decade is Halo Reach. But don't you find that funny? It's 2020.
Yeah, that's
playing
funny.
the same
That's
three
funny.
games.
2 Microsoft games.
That's funny, bro. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Did Reach come out before Halo 3?
No,
Reach came out in 2010. Halo 3 came out in 2007.
All right.
This is going to be the last EA game I ever bought. It was on PS3, PC, and it was on Xbox 360. It was Alice: The Madness Returns. It was a sequel to 2000.
Yeah. That's a great game.
I haven't played it yet.
That's a great game.
It was a sequel to Alice, American McGee's Alice, that was released on PC in 2000.
That's like Alice in Wonderland spinoff.
That game is wicked, bro.
Yeah.
Like you go on there as Alice and you kill shit, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. That was the last EA game I ever bought.
Damn. Mr. Kima said Uncharted 2. Damn. Mr. Kima's an Xbox
bruh,
guy like myself.
I almost fell out my seat.
Yeah.
Uncharted
Julio
2.
is another
What is that
Xbox guy.
about?
He said God of War. Hey, man, we're being honest here, bro. We're being honest. Mr. Kima,
damn.
big ass Xbox guy. Julio is an
That's some
Xbox guy.
sellouts.
I'm just
That's
being honest,
some
bro. We're being honest. Uncharted 2 was a great game. God of War almost. The Witcher 3 and God of War 2018 almost made my number one because those games are phenomenal, bro. But who's next?
Rise, Son of Rome.
You're a liar.
God damn.
You're a troll. You're a goddamn troll.
Nah, real
Ejectocito, cuz.
I ain't gonna lie, Rise had a fire story. But the game I have to give it to, man, I gotta give it to God of War, man.
Okay. Damn.
God
So
of War is
PlayStation
like-
dominating this Xbox podcast and shit, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah, they ain't had no games since almost 10 years.
Yeah, Xbox my favorite console, but they haven't had, you know, besides a pretty good Gears game and even Halo 2015 wasn't all that, but Halo Reach was pretty decent, but you know. Yeah, so damn, another God of War. So who's next?
Man, I'm having a tough time deciding, bro. Like, I got two games in mind. Like, Rainbow Six Siege is definitely my favorite multiplayer game of all time. Like,
but this is your favorite game. This favorite game, period.
Man,
Of this decade, last 10 years.
I really like Rise of the Tomb Raider. It'll probably be Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, because I see you on that shit a lot. So
Yeah,
Rainbow Six Siege.
I don't think I've played the game more than I've played that game, bro. Like, this, the best shooter I've ever played.
All right, okay. All right, y'all.
Neverland. I think it is backwards compatible.
Yeah, it is. I
remember
on
Xbox.
Yeah,
I gotta say, second is Rise of the Tomb Raider, though. That game is amazing.
It's a pretty good game.
Now, I will tell you guys something. Whoever collects like physical games, who are collectors, Alice Madness Returns is one of the hardest ones to find because it's superly expensive. But the only reason is because it came with the PC game Alice for the first time on consoles. Alice was never released on consoles.
I'll mention this too. If you have EA Access, it's on EA Access, and when you download it, you also can play the original game on that too.
What is it called?
Alice, the Madness Returns.
Oh, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good.
Twisted version.
It's on EA.
I got it on backup at 360.
It's a great game.
Hey, before we get to Moss, the chat got some good ones. Phase 114 said GTA. Emmanuel said
GTA 5.
Mutant Year Zero. I played that game. I couldn't get into that shit. But that. He said Alice is pretty good. Gaming Despair said The Last of Us is my gaming decade. I'm obviously with you, sir. So like I said, Phase said GTA 5. Boy, it was selling for a whole decade. Neverland said Red Dead Redemption. Fatal Charade said Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is either my number 2 or number 3. Is right there. Johanzo, BioShock Infinite. Moss don't want to hear that shit.
That's a good game, man.
So,
I don't care.
Hey, man, I love to hear that shit, man. I love this, because we all gamers, man. I love to hear that shit. But Moss, the floor is yours, brother. What was your game of the decade, my man?
I'm gonna get everybody around. So here's my thing. Y'all know I don't follow the popularity contest. So I'm gonna give y'all my top 3.
Fallout 76 for the win.
Hey, you do your Tsunami?
Nah, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go Tsunami. No, I go last.
I'll do Moss last.
I go last, motherfucker.
I go last.
You want to do Moss last? Untitled Goose game.
Yeah, Untitled.
So what's yours, Tsunami?
Cricket joke game. Anyways.
Weak.
So here's my thing, right? I can only gauge how much I like a game by how much I play it. So if I was to do that, because there's no one that just jumps out to me and said that's my favorite game. But if I had to say which one I played, that means I liked it the most. To me, I guess Rock Band 3.
Oh damn!
What
Rock Band, huh? That's a.
Those music games, those music games are popular as hell.
End the show. What the fuck was that?
You know what? No, hey yo, I can't be mad at Tsunami for that one. Hey yo, back in my bachelor days. Hey yo, Rock Band joint.
I heard this.
Rock Band was the joint. Hey, bro, I can feel you on that.
Yo,
Now that is mad.
the reason my name is Tsunami is because of Rock Band. That was the name of my band that I made in Rock Band.
Hey, bro.
And I made that my name for everything
I
else.
can't be mad at you for that one. Hey,
You need to sit in the show. Need to sit in the show off of that shit.
there's so many.
This is supposed to be an Xbox champion.
Hey, look,
No, Bunny. He's moving over to the Switch.
First of all, she had an EA game. They got PlayStation games, and I pick a fucking third party. But I'm gotta. Come on now, you don't want to pick the Xbox game. Don't hear that.
All right, let's go ahead,
I'll
Moss.
move you over to Nintendo, man.
If I was
fuck was
to
that?
pick a second one, it would be Titanfall.
Titanfall. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not mad at you for that one, bro.
All right, Moss, go ahead, bro.
Let me give my 3. You know, I gotta be dramatic. So, all right, number 3 would be. I'm going on the same token as Tsunami. If I had to gauge my most played game, it would be Destiny. I know that's not the most popular game, but I played Destiny.
It literally was the most popular game. But continue.
I played that game every day for hours, every day, to the point to where if CYF came by my house, I would be in jail for child abandonment and shit. Game number 2, to the vein of BioShock Infinite. I hate BioShock Infinite if you don't know, but I loved the first 2. And I would say number 2 goes to BioShock 2 because BioShock 1 falls out of that 10-year range. I like BioShock 2, even though I think the pacing was bad. The beginning was horrible because you were too weak, but the middle was fantastic. In the end, you were too powerful. But I love BioShock 2 because of its strategic nature. But my number 1 game, this is really going to start some shit. My number 1 game this past decade is Mass Effect 3. I love that game.
Well, that was the one people like to
They
be.
love
It's
2.
not Andromeda.
Yeah.
They love 2, but they hate 3.
3 was the only one I
the
didn't
ending.
finish. I finished 1,
Only
I
'cause
finished
of
2,
the
I
I
didn't
love
finish 3.
the way that they brought all that shit together, all the choices. I've never played a game like that, and despite the cutscenes, I didn't give a fuck. Like your choices that you made in other games opened up other worlds to you that normally wouldn't be open. I thought that was so dope.
Yeah,
and
it
if,
was.
for those of y'all that know, if you got access to the Krogan world, that was such a great stage. And last time I'm gonna say this, and I don't like multiplayer. Nethos know that. But I love Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. I loved it so much. My cheap ass dropped $150 on it in loot crates. I love it.
Oh shit!
I love it.
Mass
Use the
Effect
first-
used
use
to
the
be the
first loot
shit,
crate guy.
bro.
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
Mass Effect ever come
This
back?
is the first loot crate guy over. I don't know. This is not the same BioWare. Not the same.
That was great. That was great, man. All right, now our most overrated game now. The worst game of the decade. No, I'm talking
Death
shit.
Stranding. I mean,
Oh shit! Yeah.
What happened?
I would have to sit
I
down and
mean,
think
maybe
about
at a
that.
year.
Really. So, Buck that said,
Oh no,
I love Dying
I
Light.
I got one for you. Watch Dogs.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
Watch Dogs 1.
Oh man, I love Watch Dogs 1. You didn't like it?
Yeah, I like Watch Dogs.
Overrated? That shit was looking beautiful until they came out with the actual.
Nah, they
Oh,
did kind of,
overrated.
you know. That was like that was the start of downgrade talk right there.
That was the bait and switch right
that
there.
was some serious downgrade right there.
It's some serious shit.
I remember seeing that shit at E3 2012. I was like, damn, that game gonna be cold. Nah, I enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed part 2 also. But
Infinite Warfare was definitely overrated.
what?
Kill-
Infinite
That,
War, the
that
Call of
game
Duty
was
game?
garbage.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
care for that space shit. So, all right, y'all. Great podcast, but it's time for us to get out of here for 2019. 2019. This is the last show of 2019. So, next time you hear from our asses, it will be 2020. All of our black asses. I know Nethos not black, but he black today.
He brown. He brown.
He brown.
Close enough.
And Devin's white. So
Yeah, we. I don't
Hell no,
care,
I'm
man.
yellow.
Devin's beige.
Not until he hits that moonshine.
Devin's beige. Devin listen to Tupac and shit. He's beige.
Devin turned pink yet last week.
Right. Devin was a nigga last week. He was, yeah, motherfucker. Who am you?
He said, "Nigga."
We was like, damn, you can't say nigga, dog.
He said, "What y'all niggas doing here?"
Hey, we're joking. He didn't say nigga, but
He said, "What y'all niggas doing here?"
Y'all stupid.
All right, let's get out of here. First off, Noah, thanks for coming on today, bro. I appreciate it. You got anything going on, man?
Hey, I thank you for having me on, man. Not just gaming, trying to beat this Halo, all the Halo campaigns.
I finished all of them except for Reach. So I gotta do
We
that
just
Reach.
finished
Oh, we just played through that one. That game was
We
awesome.
was playing that last night too. I still got.
We've been beating them on Legendary, bro.
I actually never played
I got
the
one more
campaign.
stage.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
What?
well, I mean, the first
Oh,
level's
man.
boring, but like after that, the game's fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. Like maybe during the Christmas break, I'm off for 2 weeks. So,
Not for definitely.
Well, you know, I'll be around to help.
I was about to say.
Devin, what's going on with you, bro? You gonna like drop some more videos anytime soon?
Probably after Christmas.
Okay.
I'm getting better equipment and stuff, so I can put out better content.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I'm be playing Game Pass. I mean, Witcher just dropped, so I'm probably gonna go through that again.
Ooh, I love The Witcher,
bro.
man. Great game.
Again,
Bro.
god damn.
Again,
bro.
I don't know if I can
That game's
go
long
through
as
it again. That game about 100 hours.
Hey, newsflash, Mike, your bar out. See, Sam, your bar's going ham on Phil, man. He talking about
He was my.
he can more
yeah,
open
you
now,
cut out.
no more PR cops. God damn,
Well, you gotta send that to me because you were cutting out what?
Yeah, he was
Oh
cutting
no,
out.
Mike Ybarra going ham on Twitter about Phil about
Yeah.
Microsoft. Talking about he could be more open about what he likes. He says, "I can just be more open now. No PR cops."
Oh, man.
That's just real shit. Get out of here.
That's just real
Ambulance
shit,
chase-
Moss. What you
There's
talking
ambulance
about?
chase-
I put it in the chat.
Ambulance chasing over here.
No, he's not. All right, well, let's end the show though.
Yeah. Who was shit. I forget who the fuck I was talking to. I was talking to Devin. Okay.
Snow Bunny.
Oh wait, nobody didn't do our game of the decade, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
yes, you did.
It was
Alice.
Alice the Madness Return.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. Yeah, the interesting one.
Yeah. Tsunami, bro. So what's going on with you, man? You building that PC and shit? You soldering?
Yeah,
shit?
man. Yeah, man. I'm waiting for this CPU to come in, and then I'm gonna start making some content like I said I
Yeah,
was.
you need to get better on your thermal paste game.
That's not my fucking thermal paste. Read the comment. I took apart the GPU, and that's how it looked.
I thought you put it on. Actually, I just glanced at it. I thought you put a blob on it. It was like, hey, I'm ready to go.
Nah, I am way. Come on, more savvy than that.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. You can follow me on Twitter. You know, talk shit. I don't care. I talk shit back. So if you got thin skin, don't holler at me. But yeah. Hopefully I get something out. Until then, you can find me on Z channel. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, Nethos.
I don't know. I gotta think of a new video idea.
Oh,
But you can catch me on Z shows.
Snow Bunny.
He playing Halo right now. He can't think.
Yeah.
First off, I just want to wish from my family to everybody in chat and the entire panel, have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe out there if you guys are traveling, especially to the harsher climates. Have a very safe New Year. Make sure you stay away from the loonies on the roads if you guys are traveling, first off.
Thanks.
Secondly, I may be quiet on Twitter for the week of Christmas. I have I'm setting up a 60-gallon reef tank, so I'm probably gonna be busy doing that. I'm hoping to get online and play some games and start streaming something during that week also, but I'm probably gonna be pretty quiet.
You know what I just realized, guys?
What?
Our entire stream has been 480p.
Really?
It's
always
Don't matter.
I mean, we don't have gameplay and nothing going.
Yeah.
Digital Foundry found out.
Damn, for real?
It's always
Downgraded
Moss.
us, bro.
Moss must be streaming.
I've never noticed that.
Moss must be streaming.
That shit doesn't even matter though.
we ain't got we
Yeah, all
got
we
the
got
chat.
is this picture and shit.
Yes.
With these two
So yeah,
white,
guys.
like white kids on it. So.
Can we get that
Okay.
fixed?
All right, Mars. Mars, what you got coming up, man? You got some shit coming tomorrow, bro?
I'm thinking about. I'm contemplating. I might have a video up or not a video interview with a prominent Stadia figure. So be on the lookout for that. We're still talking to the
Jada himself.
Hey, he gonna talk to himself. Be like,
hey, don't listen to these. Hey, look, don't do that. Don't get slapped up like that character did in the DM last night when I had to boo bap, and had to show him. He was like, "Oh, I'm surprised there's that many people following Stadia." Don't do it like that person.
He was trying to change his voice like, "How you doing today?" I'm fine. How are you?
Well, he'd be like, "Boo bap, boo bap." Yeah, I got that coming. I might do that.
You made Stadia. Yeah, that was me.
I either got that or the NRO coming up.
Moss will be like, so, how great has Stadia been for you? It's been so great. It's been better than XCloud.
The only way I'll have time to do that is if I'm playing X.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway,
stay off helium, kids.
But what I want to say is that, hey, look, y'all, we got a handful of people. We big up to the supporters of the PNTS network.
Yeah, thank y'all, man. Thank you.
The home of this podcast and a lot of other great content. We're giving away a PlayStation 4 Pro, and this is a real giveaway. Yeah. And there's only a handful of people that qualify, and our sponsor wants us to give this away, so we're giving it away tomorrow. Y'all missed out on it. I don't want to hear it because the last giveaway, when I gave away Remnant, I had motherfuckers in my DM. Oh man, I wish I would have had that game. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm going to mute y'all, block y'all. We're giving it away tomorrow. There's no
whole PS4 Pro.
A whole PS4 Pro and 70 USD. $70 USD for the PlayStation Store. We got it from a great sponsor. Y'all take advantage of it or not. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat one more time, but that's up to y'all. And that's it. That's all I got going.
And we will guarantee you, Almighty Next-Gen 720 Johnson will not be a part of the raffle.
He won't. So that's it. That's y'all. I mean, the last call, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we're giving it away.
All right.
What y'all do?
It's a whole PS4 Pro, bro.
Come on, yeah. PS4 Pro.
Listen,
and $70, bro. It's $1. Come on, y'all.
Come on. Exactly. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
It's almost 2020. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, wait. Pause.
I know, right?
Wait. President Trump was impeached? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not out of office. Yeah, they voted.
That's different from being out of office.
The Senate got a vote on it, so.
I mean, are you guys worried about the new Star Wars film, man? Like, I don't know, man.
No, I'm not worried. I mean, it's gonna be trash.
I never liked the reboots.
I liked episode 7. I liked
episode 7, and I like
Rogue One was all right.
Solo. I like
Solo too. I like Solo. Yeah. It's a little bit fan like obvious, fan stuff going on. But I think it's cool because it's a prequel. I'm okay with it.
I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. For the panel, for everybody that tuned in, we want to say thank you for tuning in to our channel, to my channel, to this podcast, our podcast. Say Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Because, there's some people at my job, we can't say Merry Christmas. We got to say Happy End of the Year or something. No, we can't say that shit. They're Jehovah's Witnesses. We can't say Merry Christmas. We got to say End of the Year celebration and stuff like that. Nah,
not holiday.
No, not even that.
We gotta say end of the year celebration.
They don't celebrate
end of the year.
No holiday.
Bro, that sounds like some janky two-bit
shit, bro. The only day they celebrate is death, the day you die.
They don't celebrate birthdays either. So there's no offense to any Jehovah's Witnesses. Just talking about the people I know. Sorry, y'all.
They still be sneaking Christmas sometimes. I know some.
Nah, for real, bro. They dead shit, dog.
No, I'm telling you, I know some Joes that they not because their wife is Christian. They sneak Christmas, but that's just.
I mean, everybody do their own thing.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're about to get out of here. I want to say what's up to the guy Moss is going to interview tomorrow. Hey, what's up, guy? Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, yo, wait till we do this interview. I'm gonna throw your ass under the bus.
All right, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.
See you in 2020.
Happy holidays. We're gonna say it there. Happy holidays.
See y'all in 2020.
See you in
2020, the year of Xbox Series X, baby.
Hey.
At the very end.
Xbox is dog shit.
Oh shit.
Two
there you go.
X's.